The following is a presentation of Flow Sports.
FloRacing Studios live.
We'll tune into Flow and watch pretty much any race we want. This is our Daytona 500, so I wanted to be a race car driver.
The largest crowd in the history of Eldora Speedway. So we're going to have a last lap slider in Gateway.
It's also a shootout. I mean, everybody wants to go out there and win a golden driller.
The significance that this thing has.
Kyle Larson does it again at the Chili Bowl. Destiny fulfilled.
This is the biggest race I've ever won.
The best dirt late model series in America. Down the back straightaway, and O'Neal takes the lead and bounds down.
This is exactly the group you need to put on a big event like this.
The biggest night in pavement late model racing history.
You're watching the greatest sprint car drivers in the world right here on FloRacing.
Flow here tonight. You can also tune in on Prime Video. We are on Amazon Prime tonight.
We can let the cat out of the bag. It is after 6:45. Indeed, a new thing tonight. Amazon Prime. You can find the Marshalltown Speedway in tonight's races. Trevor providing all the great pictures for us again here tonight. Trevor the Terrific, as we call him. And that brand new camera got a little dustier last week, but it's still looking pretty sharp, gotta say. So we're looking forward to a night here. Wind's a little breezy, but we're hoping Mother Nature leaves us alone, lets us get the night in, and get home maybe before she gets too excited.
You know, I'm going to say this, and then Mother Nature's probably going to change it. So the wind right now is blowing away from us.
Yeah, let's just keep it that way.
As long as it stays that way, if the track dries out and things start to get a little dusty, it'll be blowing away from us. So that's always nice. The last race, it was blowing right in our face.
Well, it wasn't to start the night.
It wasn't to start the night, no.
It switched around and found us, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So, all right, well, we're just wrapping up, putting a little liquid leaven down on the racing service and running that in. So as soon as we have that ready, we will get Pastor Kenny and put him to work. We will recognize our first responders and law enforcement, have our anthem, and have heat race number 1. Coming up, welcome to another Friday night at the Marshalltown Speedway.
Check race car drivers going fast. Around that Gracie County Speedway track. He's breaking all the rules, shopping gears and pushing through. That's their check race car driver.
Allgaier Performance is your one-stop shop for all your parts, tires, shocks, and fabrication needs. From drag strips to your local dirt track and asphalt tracks, Allgaier Performance can get what you need on track and into victory lane. Allgaier Performance is now the Midwest dealer for Longhorn chassis, complete with cars and genuine Longhorn parts and components. Stop by our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or visit online at allgaierperformance.com.
FloRacing Studios live.
We'll tune into Flow and watch pretty much any race we want. This is our Daytona 500. This is it.
The largest crowd.
It's the biggest race of the year.
Destiny fulfilled.
This is the biggest race I've ever won.
The best dirt late model series in America.
This is exactly the group you need to put on a big event like this.
The biggest night in pavement late model racing history.
High limit racing.
You're watching the greatest sprint car drivers in the world right here on FloRacing.
Your Flow Night tickets and the sprint car tickets go on sale.
They wanted to get those tickets early. They wanted to have their seats secured, and I lied and told you could get them early.
Well, they were just following what you said to be sure and get on them early so you get them, and apparently we were just a little early on that. So I got corrected on that this afternoon. We wanted to pass along the right info. July 1, those go on sale.
I apologize. I will try not to make a liar out of myself the rest of the season. But, yep, mark your calendars. July 1st is when those tickets go on sale. The 2 Tuesdays in August you need to be aware of. Flow Night in America and the 360 Sprint Car Showdown here at the High Banks of Marshalltown. And that is August 11th, the 360 Sprint Cars, and August 18th, Flow Night in America.
Back-to-back Tuesday nights in August. A great time. And it seems like that's a long way away, but I'm sure it'll be here before we know it.
Just right around 2 months. 3 months. However you want to mathulate that.
Don't be lying to
And he just said he wasn't going to lie anymore.
I gave a rough estimate.
Rough is the key word there. Well, race fans, looking at our calendar here in May, next Friday night, May 22nd, we have the Corn Belt Clash for Stealth Racing IMCA Stars Mod Lights, along with our regular classes. That is next Friday night, the 22nd, the Corn Belt Clash.
And if you think those Mod Lights put on a good show on a regular Friday night, come next Friday. They'll put on one heck of a show for you. You'll see more than you normally do here at the high banks of Marshalltown for those IMCA Stars Mod Lights. And then we wrap up the month with the 29th with more weekly racing plus $1,000 to win for the Big 8 Tire IMCA Hobby Stocks.
$1,000 on the line for the IMCA Hobbies, brought to you by Big 8 Tire. And that's what it's on the books here at America's Bucket List Track for the rest of the month of May. June just around the corner. We'll take a look at those dates a little bit later on this evening. And just waiting to get the green light here as we're still running some of that moisture into the track. As soon as that's ready, we'll get this evening underway.
He don't know what fear's about. He do 130 mile an hour, smiling at the camera with a toothpick in his mouth. He got a girl back home named Dixie Dawn, but he got honeys all along the way. And you ought to hit him screaming for the dirt track demon in a 57 Chevrolet. Oh, rapid roar, that stock car boy, he too much to believe. You know he always got an extra pack of cigarettes, a roll up in his t-shirt sleeve. He got a tattoo on his arm, say baby. He got another one that just say hey. But every Sunday afternoon he is a dirt track demon in a 57 Chevrolet.
This old dirt track that we run around knows who's got the fastest car in town. This old dirt track that's laying here can break your back and bring a man to tears. Well, I don't know why, but I lose my mind without an old dirt track and an engine that whines. Give me some elbow grease and some dust in the sky and an old dirt track with an engine that whines.
Well, once again, good evening, race fans. It is that time. We would ask you to please rise as you are able and remove your hats for tonight's invocation, brought to you by Pastor Kenny.
Lord, it's such a blessing to be here this evening, and Lord, I just ask that you would just cover this place, Lord. Keep us dry tonight. Lord, help things get through as safely as it can be. And Lord, I just pray that you would be with each of the drivers, the fans, and the staff here tonight. And Lord, we just honor you in everything we do here this evening, and we just glorify you in Jesus' name. Amen.
Fans, Governor Kim Reynolds has ordered all flags in Iowa to be lowered to half-staff from sunrise to sunset today, Friday, May 15th, in honor of National Peace Officers Memorial Day. The governor's order is in conjunction with a proclamation from President Trump. Duty is a virtue embodied by the fallen peace officers of our nation honors on this day, said Governor Kim Reynolds. There are truly no greater public servants than those who wear the uniform and give their lives for it. Fans, at this time, we'd like to recognize a moment of silence for those serving the duty and especially those who have fallen. Thank you. Now, to honor America and those who have served along with their families, we ask that you please remain standing as you are able, with hats removed. As we face the red, the white, and the blue of that very special flag that stands for so much because of the sacrifices of so many.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, their bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Miss Melanie May with our national anthem here this evening, getting things kicked off for us on Salute to Law Enforcement and First Responders Night here at the Marshalltown Speedway, brought to you by Extreme, by Mediacom, and New Roth Trucking. A big thank you going out to those folks. Because of them, our first responders and law enforcement getting in free of charge this evening. Glad to have you along with us. It is an honor to have you here tonight.
As they go into turn number 3, we are going to head out of turn number 4. We are green.
He says hesitantly, down into turn number 1 and 2. Sonner mid-track. He's going to pull it down the back straightaway as he's got May parked on the back bumper. Josh May takes a look, a lane underneath, but it is Sonner off turn number 4. He'll lead lap number 1.
Bringing Corey Sonner down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2. Josh May now looking to the bottom side here. And then it is the 66 of Brandon Cox in a battle with the 48G of Austin Gray. It's 2 by 2 by 2 here through the field. Your front 2 out in battling.
Corey Sonner, Josh May is going to take a peek underneath through 1 and 2. Looking for a little grip up top. Sonner, hammer down into the back straightaway. He'll lead it by 2 into 3 and 4. May continuing to work underneath him, trying to pick him up and set him down. Sonner with the momentum.
It is Sonner running the high side. May looking to go down low, try and put a nose in. They're going to go side by side down the back straightaway. Looking into turns 3 and 4. May now going to drive it in hard down low. Sonner going to keep it up high, slip up out of turn number 4. It's going to go to May at the line.
Presto, changeo. You've got a new leader, Josh May, down at the bottom. Sonner trying to rally back. Back in the number 3 spot, the 48G out of Story City. Austin Gray is there. Cox running fourth out of turn 4. Here comes the battle for the lead. White flag is out. It is Josh May at the line.
Corey Saunders only got 1 lap left to go if he's going to make the move back to the top. Josh May about a car length advantage coming out of turn number 2 into 3 and 4. Coming around checkered flag. Sonner trying to rip it up high. Josh May going to close the door down the straightaway to the line.
I believe May by a bumper.
It's going to be Josh May by .028. 028 at the line. Give it to the 99 of Josh May. Corey Sonner going to end up in the 2 spot. And finishing third, it's going to be the 48G. That's Austin Gray. So just like that, with 1 going in to the tech area, we are rolling out heat number 2. It's going to line up like this.
On the pole out of Nevada, Garrett Barber, the 44, into the outside, the 2G from Huxley, Grant Anderson.
Joel Huggins on the inside of row number 2. To the outside, it's the 4G of Ben George.
Back into row number 3, last week's feature winner, the 0B out of Adel, Colby Oberendt. And his dancing partner, our rookie of the year last year, the 9XL, Colin Anderson out of Huxley.
Trevor Swinson out of Jewel on the inside of row number 4 in the 72T. And to the outside, it's Jared Douglas, the 85.
Cole Paul out of Madrid, the 73, rounds out the field as he'll be shotgun from the back. Lights are down, flag in hand.
We are green out of 4. Bringing him down the front straightaway, it is the 2G of Grant Anderson. Working along the middle of the track, the 44 of Garrett Barber. Going to fall back to that 2 spot. Here comes the 4G of Ben George. George running along the high side. Colby Oberendt down on the bottom, down through lap number 1. Give it to the 2G of Grant Anderson.
Anderson going to show the way around 1 and 2 and into the back stretch. The 4G, Ben George got her wound up on the high side. Here he comes. He's up 2 lanes from your leader as he goes up toward the top. It is down the front straightaway, Grant Anderson.
Anderson gaining on the rest of the field, putting ground between himself and the 44 of Garrett Barber. Barber going to have company on the rear bumper. Here comes the 4G of Ben George, driving hard through 3 and 4, keeping it wound on the high side. Colby Oberem's going to join him up there. It is the 2G of Grant Anderson, the 44 of Garrett Barber, and the 4G of Ben George, your top 3.
Those 3 down the back straightaway. Your leader is starting to stretch his legs a little bit now. He's got it by about 7 down the front straightaway. Everybody bunched up for second. Here comes Huggy Bear, the X50. Joel Huggins look for room on the bottom. No, 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 says the 44 as Garrett Barber shuts the door.
We're looking to go 3 wide down the back straightaway. Huggy Bear going to send it down low. Slides it up through the loose stuff and down the front straightaway. 3 wide for a moment there. It is the 4G of Ben George. 1 lap to go down the back straightaway.
Oh, that was looking tight down the front chute. Out in front, Grant Anderson. He's out on the island by himself, leaving the rest of the castaways to fight for second. It is Huggy Bear, Joel Huggins, the X50. He's down at the bottom of 1 and 2. Now he'll slide into second place as we had checkered flag that time by, so a great time to do it. Grant Anderson gonna bring him home first. Joel Huggins second. Ben George rounds out your top 3.
And that is going to wrap up our IMCA Mod Lights. We are going to head to the Rugged Radio's IMCA Sport Mods. Rolling out onto the track now. 2 heats of your Sport Mods for you. And heat number 1 going to line up with the 13B of Preston Bright on the pole. To the outside, it's the 7 out of Marshalltown. That's Braden Farney.
Tony Johnson out of Oskaloosa, the 8T, is inside row number 2. And the 7W out of Linville, it's Will Wolf.
Colton Livesey going to be on the inside of row number 3, and the 29 machine out of New Sharon. And to the outside, it's Nicholas Hankins. And the 99H out of Statesburg, Colorado.
And our final row is row number 4, Brandon Jacoby, the 13J out of Waterloo, and Josiah Taylor, the 193 out of Boone.
We are going to send him green out of turn number 4. It's the 7 of Braden Barney. Going to take the lead down into 1 and 2. Couple of them sliding high. It's the 7W. It's the Wolfman, Will Wolf, rolling down along the bottom side of the Vanderbilt chassis 7W. Going to go to battle with the 7 of Braden Farney. A couple of 7s up front. It is Wolf now to the lead.
Will Wolf shows the way down the back straightaway. Farney into the 2 spot. Here comes Livesey, the 29, as he'll look it in 3rd. Out of the final corner down the front straightaway. Will Wolf still showing the way.
It's the 7W, Will Wolf working down the back straightaway. Now Colton Livesey got something to say for the 2 spot. Livesey going to take the 2 spot away from Farney down the back straightaway, looking into 3 and 4. It is Livesey to 2, Will Wolf out in front. And the 7 of Farney in the 3 spot.
And here's the 193, Josiah Taylor, making a move up into that number 4 spot behind Farney. Taylor down the back straightaway. Back up to the front we go. Showing the way off turn number 4 into the front stretch. It is Wolf.
The gap shrinking between Wolf and Livesey as we go down the back straightaway here. The eye test says the gap is closing. Into 3 and 4 we go.
Those of you at home, a great shot off turn number 4. We're going side by side. 2 laps to go. It is Livesey trying to make a move from the bottom. Wolf parked up a little higher. Now the back end slips. And Livesey down the back straight.
Watching them into turns 3 and 4. White flag coming out this time. It is the 29 of Livesey. Now to the lead down the front straightaway. Will Wolf going to have to try and regain that position, but Livesey putting the power to the floor. It is Livesey into 3 and 4.
One more left-hand turn and a checkered flag coming. It's going to Livesey. The 29 fights his way to the front. Will Wolf into that number 2 spot. And getting up for 3rd out of Boone, the 193. That's Josiah Taylor. So Colton Livesey, your driver out of New Sharon, coming from the number 5 starting spot to get all the way up to the front. Heat race number 1. Heat race number 2 coming out. It's going to be out of Rhodes, the 40 HC Hunter Clement on the pole. Jocelyn Elmquist, Josh the Boss. Out of Boone, that's the 18.
Row number 2, you're going to see the 57K out of Marshalltown. That's Ryan King. And to the outside, it's the young gun, Braden Gustin in the 9B.
And we go to row number 3. Last week's feature winner out of Boone, the 2X Matt Avila is there. TJ Hampton, the driver from Independence, is the 07.
And row number 4, we're going to see the 18B out of Boone. That's Jackson Elmquist. And to the outside, it's the 8K of Austin Kemp out of Vinton. Well, good to see Josh the Boss and Jackson Elmquist here at Motown. Haven't gotten to see them in the time that we've been here at least this year, so gonna set him green out of 4. It's Josh the Boss down into turns 1 and 2.
Jocelyn Elmquist right through the middle, now just a shade lower, pulling away. A good bite out of 2 and down the back straightaway here, lap number 1. Jocelyn wastes no time. Now a little slippage in the back end out of 4, but it'll be Jocelyn Elmquist to the line the first time by.
It's the young gun Braden Gustin hunting the rear bumper of that 18 of Jocelyn Elmquist. But here comes Matt Avila coming down the back straightaway. Like you mentioned, last week's feature winner here at Marshalltown. Watch for that 2X machine behind the 9B.
Things hot and heavy back in that number 4 spot back there as they work their way around. Austin Kemp trying to move into that. Looks like he'll have it this time down the back straightaway. It is still Jocelyn Elmquist up in front. And looking at the 9B of Gustin, still running second.
Avila looking to go down to the inside of Gustin there through 1 and 2. Nothing available. Gonna look down the back straightaway here. Dive it into 3 and 4. Avila has the low line. Checks up. Gustin slides higher. The Tomcat Performance 9B gonna have the 2 spot as they come to the line this time.
Elmquist still out in front, showing the way. The battle for the 2 spot.
Trouble.
One parked here in the front straightaway. That's our other Elmquist sitting there.
Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Caution flies for the first time. The wheel and caution lights come on.
And I did not get to see what happened with that. I just heard the loud clank of metal against concrete.
Yeah, I'm with you. I was looking at the other end when that took place, but definitely that driver's side rear worse for the wear there as you see it wobble off into the infield. So he'll get that back pit side, see what they can do with it. But meantime, Jocelyn Elmquist has been out in front since the drop of the green cade. She's looking to hang on to this one a couple more laps and put it away.
Oh, both of those driver's side tires on the 18 of Jackson Elmquist flat, as you can see him going up and over the ridge there.
Great shot from Trevor there showing it to you.
Now we're going to take it to the focus on the 18 of Jocelyn Elmquist. Coming out of turn number 4, we are back to green.
Braden Gustin trying to pull it underneath Elmquist, not able to do it. Avila, a good run on the high side. Here comes the 2X of Matt Avila. Wound up and running hard. The momentum to the 2X. Elmquist, not just yet.
Elmquist going to have to put the block on Avila as Avila goes up to the high side. Elmquist going to have to slide up coming out of turns 1 and 2. Not going to be able to slide up high enough. Avila running the high side through 3 and 4. Elmquist down low. It's going to be Avila to the line this time. 1 lap to go.
Bazinga, you've got a new leader. It's the 2X of Avila. One going to the infield. That is Kemp, I believe, parking it in there. Off turn number 4, Avila, checkered flag coming out. Give it to the 2X. Elmquist running second. And Braden Gustin, the 9B, the young gun, home in third.
So that's going to wrap up your IMCA Sport Mods. We bring out your Hy-Vee IMCA Sport Compacts. Half the cylinders, twice the fun. 3 heats of your Sport Compacts here tonight. Heat number 1 going to line up like this.
Connor Adkins, the 13A, is going to be on the pole, and Dakota Roop, the 17, to the outside.
Kinzer Jeanette, last week's feature winner, going to sit to the inside of row number 2 to the outside. It's the 75K. That's Kaden Gosling.
Michael Gardner, the Stars and Bars, the 46 is inside row number 3. Caitlin Watts, the 2K out of Oski, to the outside.
Charles Prime to the inside of row number 4. To the outside, it's the 84J of Corey Lana, and your final starter, the 81 of Christopher Mannion on the back row. We go green out of turn number 4.
Right away, a big opening through the middle. That's going to stack them up as we're going to try 3 wide, maybe 4 down the back straightaway. Jeanette looking to the inside low, into the back stretch, into 3 and 4 now. They are fanned out all across the turn as they'll make the left-hander and head for home. It is Jeanette to the front.
Kinzer Jeanette working their way around the bottom side of the track. Here comes Michael Gardner, a little bobble from Jeanette. As we head down the back straightaway, around the top side, here comes the 75 of Kaden Gosling, the 2K of Caitlin Watts, the 10 of Jeanette, the 46 of Gardner. A little contact but between those two as we are coming down 2 laps down, 4 to go here in this one. Gosling running the high side.
Up doing the top side tango, living dangerously up there is Gosling. Jeanette blocking that lower line. Gardner trying to find a way around. Now Jeanette's going to slide it up off 4, close the door up high. Gardner's going to tuck in behind. Jeanette goes to the bottom of 1 and 2. Gardner parks to the outside. Those two out of turn 2 and down the back straight.
Gardner going to look for something here. Gets a little bit of a run down the back straightaway. Going to run middle of the track. Kinzer Jeanette down low. Gosling still trying to make that high side work. Oh, Jeanette and Gardner getting a little close together there. Here comes the 2K of Watts.
Caitlin Watts says, you guys go ahead, trade some stickers. I'll jump up in there and race with you if you want to fight over it. Meantime, Jeanette has hung on. Gardner still knocking on that back bumper, has got to it, not found a way around it just yet. A nice job of driving out of the 10 car.
We have 1 lap to go for the 10 of Kinzer Jeanette. Gardner's got 1 lap to get something done. Down the back straightaway we go. Checkered flag coming this time out of turn number 4. Down to the bottom side goes the 10 machine, and to the checkers, it's going to be the 10 of Kinzer Jeanette.
Michael Gardner all over that back bumper, but going to have to settle for the number 2 spot as he could get to it, but not around the 10 of Jeanette. And the 2K, Caitlin Watts, coming home 3rd.
That's going to wrap up heat number 1 of your IMCA Sport Compacts presented by Hy-Vee. We are going to roll heat number 2 over the hill. It's going to be the 38 of Whitaker Krause on the pole. To the outside, it's the 16X. That's Chase Masterson.
Inside row number 2, it's the Firecracker, the M80 of Mark Smith out of Huxley, and Paige Sanders out of Montezuma, the 3S.
Now don't get him confused. Row number 3, going to see the 16 of Curtis Masterson. To the inside and to the outside, it's the 33K of David Kimmel.
Dennis Hover, the 77 out of Indianola's inside row number 4, and Chris Pittman, the 10P from Dunkerton to the outside. And we rounded out the 34X out of Indianola, that's Wyatt Freeman. Top 4 to Tech, everybody transferring to the A main.
We don't got time for any of that B main stuff tonight. I think everybody makes the show.
Great looking shot there. Those of you at home tuning in on Flow or Prime tonight, welcome to Marshalltown. Here we go. Green flags coming out.
It's Chase Masterson out to the lead here quickly. Paige Sanders, a little bump to the rump. And working down through 1 and 2. It's the 33K of Kimmel going to capitalize. Kimmel, Sanders, Curtis Masterson running in the 3 spot.
Kimmel's going to bring him off turn number 4, wound up and hustling. Lap number 1's going to go to Kimmel, Paige Sanders, Curtis Masterson. It is the 33K of Kimmel down the back straightaway.
Kimmel working the red, black, and yellow down the back straightaway, down into 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway we go now. Sanders trying to close the gap to the back bumper of Kimmel. Sanders going to run the low line. Kimmel up high. Curtis Masterson working down the back straightaway here. Watching the 16 of Curtis Masterson and the 10P of Chris Pittman.
And there is your second place car, the 3S of Paige Sanders down into turns 1 and 2. Up higher, Kimmel, the 33K, takes it up a little higher than he wanted, I think. Now down the back straightaway, he's got it recovered, dives it into 3 and 4. Kimmel opening up that gap out in front. 2 to go this time by.
2 laps to go for the 33K. Down into 1 and 2 we go. Watch him down the back straightaway here. Headed to 3 and 4. White flag coming out this time for the 33K. Your driver out of New Virginia. 1 lap to go.
Kimmel's going to lead him down the front straightaway as you see the Foxman white flag in hand. Around turn 2 and into the back straightaway. Kimmel, this one his to lose at this point. All alone out in front. Nobody else in the picture, just the 33K showing the way. He'll slide it into 3, bring it out of 4. There's your second place car. Sanders jumping into the shot, but the win going to the 33K. That is David Kimmel.
Second going to go to the 3S of Paige Sanders, and finishing third, it's the 16 of Curtis Masterson.
Well, 2 heat races down for your Hy-Vee Sport Compacts. 1 more to go. Heat race number 3 on the pole, the 54J out of Oskaloosa. That's Jeremy Williams. And to the outside from Des Moines, the 13 Cheyenne Star.
Kimball Tressler, your driver out of Cedar Falls, going to be the inside of row number 2. To the outside, it's Drew Stanek in the 16S. Out of Buckingham.
We go to row number 3 from Deep River, the 22C. It's the Cheeseburger, Ryan Cheney. And Ricky Bobby, Mitchell Bunch out of Des Moines, the 83B to the high side.
Row number 4, we're going to see the 34 of Nicholas Herrick on the inside out of Indianola. And to the outside from Waterloo, it's the 28R of David Roeder.
So we'll pick up your field rolling down the back straightaway. Again, the 54J, Jeremy Williams, sitting on the pole. He was there for last week's feature, and things got a little exciting real quick for him up there. This time, it gets exciting as he punches the gas pedal.
Well, that's what he wanted to do last week, but things getting a little dicey, car turning sideways. It is the 54J of Jeremy Williams leading the way. Ricky Bobby Mitchell Bunch working down the low side for the battle for the 2 spot. The 13 of Cheyenne Star battling there for that 2 spot. Then is the 22C of Ryan Genie.
What a great start up in front. Jeremy Williams, he punched it, said go, and it said yes, sir, and away it went. Mitchell Bunch sitting second. Star there in your picture. That's your third place car as they work their way around. There's your leader jumping into the front half of the shot. Mitchell Bunch there, the number 2 car, running.
It is the 54J leading the way here in this one. That's Jeremy Williams. The battle for the 3 spot now on camera. The 13 of Star, the 22C of Cheney. All of those folks working along the high side of the track. Cheyenne Star holds down the 3rd spot for now. Your leader is still the 54J. That's Jeremy Williams.
And he chased her up the hill a little further that time, but little bit of breathing room given up, but he's still looking pretty comfy up front, the 54J. As it's Mitchell Bunch, the closest one to him, and then a gap back to Star running 3rd. Battle on for the number 4 spot. Drew Stanek, Ryan Cheney.
It is the 28. In the battle for the 2 spot, David Roeder, and for the 4 spot, Roeder and Cheney going side by side down the front straightaway here. Now give it to Roeder. Cheney going to try and pull back alongside. White flag is out, 1 lap to go.
Half a lap left for your leader, the 54J of Williams. Bunch sitting comfortably in the 2 spot. Star running 3rd. 4th gets a little dicier. Off turn 4, though, your leader, your winner, the 54J, Jeremy Williams, to the checkered flag. Mitchell Bunch, the 83B, into the number 2 spot, and Cheyenne Star, the 13. That'll be your 3rd place finisher. And that's going to do it for your heat races here for your Hy-Vee Sport Compacts.
And folks, not only are we live on FloRacing and on Prime, we are live on Facebook as well. Go ahead and tune in. Facebook, Marshalltown Speedway, we are live.
And heat race number 1 for your night sanitation IMCA stock cars, the 51X, Dustin Falloon on the pole, and Austin Staley, the 02 to the high side.
Steve Meyer going to be to the inside of row number 2 out of Grundy Center. Into the outside, it's the 22R out of Grinnell. That's Todd Reitzler.
Row number 3, down low, Austin Schroggy out of Knoxville, the 14X, and the 1S out of Fort Morgan, Colorado. That's Hunter Smith.
It's Thor, the Hammer Anderson, on the inside of row number 4. Into the outside, it's the 00. That's Johnny Spa. And your final starter,
Mike Van Utrecht out of New Sharon, Iowa, the 27.
I was going to say, I see why you gave me that last one.
I was going to let you try that one. We're still caution light on, so we'll let them cruise around again.
They get the signal from the Fox man. What does the Fox say? The Fox says 1 more time around, and we get ready to go green.
Yeah, we didn't get that clip done for this week, did we? We'll have to work on that for next week. What does the Fox say? As you educated me last week.
Well, your front row here in this one, Dustin Falloon and Austin Staley. Falloon, one of those drivers we talked about earlier in the season, flipping colors completely.
Went from a black with white numbers to all white with some blue on there, just to confuse us. Here we go.
Falloon going to lead him to the green off of turn number 4. A little bumping, little loving, touching, squeezing down the front straightaway. We are 4 wide through turn 1. Evening out through turns 2 down the back straightaway. Now we're 2 by 2 by 2.
Falloon down to the inside, now slides it up to mid-track. Meyer working the very low side. Up top, it's the 02. That's Austin Staley. Staley, hang on, Austin. There goes the back end, and we've got a parking lot in turn number 2. 3 of them coming together there and coming to a halt. That's going to bring a yellow light on this time down the front chute.
And that's Staley, Schrage, and Meyer.
Now, Schrage, I believe, rolling before the official yellow came on. We'll have to get the ruling on that, but it looked like he was rolling. But it was the 0-2 going sideways and collecting everybody else from there as the back end just kept going and trying to pass the front end, collecting the 94, Steve Meyer, nowhere to go. And then Schrage getting in on it.
Yeah, unfortunately, that 0-2 just getting turned around right in front of everybody down on the low side of the track, and unable to avoid it was the 14X of Austin Schrage.
And Meyer going to take the 94 over the top of 3 and back to the pits.
And I think Schrage getting the ruling in his ears right now, so we'll see what happens there. Looks like Schrage may be allowed to join the tail. And I believe the 0-2 of Staley going to have to pull off the backside of turn number 3 there.
We'll wait and get the ruling on that one.
Well, the Foxman going to give him the signal of 1 to go this time, so... Schrage and Staley going to be on the backside of the field here for the restart. It's Reitzler and the 1S of Smith. Your front two, followed by Falloon, Spa, Anderson. Those are your top 5.
Everybody transferring on to the A main as we're going to rev them up and send them down the front. Reitzler, the 22R, is going to show the way. Hunter Smith chasing.
It is Smith chasing down the low side. Trouble for Schrage. Something's not right there on the front of that 14X. Reitzler going to slide up high. Smith now going to look down low. Those two going to be near side by side down the front straightaway. It is Anderson and Falloon battling further back in the field, but your main battle is up front. It's the 1S of Smith, the 22R of Reitzler. Those two nose to quarter panel down the back straightaway. Smith with the slider out of turn number 4. Reitzler crosses it over.
Reitzler was ready and able and waiting. He'll take it to the bottom. Reitzler, the 22R now. His turn to slide the bumper up a little bit, but wound up high side. Hunter Smith, no problem, no worry, he says. He'll chase him into 3 and 4. Reitzler off turn 4. Smith parked to the inside of the back bumper. Here comes the 0-0 up to have a look. That's Johnny Spa.
Watching him through 1 and 2. Reitzler picking up the driver front wheel. As we head into 3 and 4, Smith going to look to throw the slider. Not nearly enough room there as they go through 3 and 4. It's Reitzler to the lead. 3 laps to go this time.
Smith continues to fire from the bottom lane. Reitzler's got him covered with the momentum up high. That's 1 and 2. Spa just out of your picture there, working from the number 3 spot. Out of turn number 4. Here comes Reitzler. Smith still parked on the back bumper. 2 to go.
And don't forget Thor the Hammer Anderson peeking in there as well. Your battles for the top 4 positions. It is Reitzler, Smith, Spa, and Anderson. Oh, trouble for Reitzler. Up in the fluffy stuff, it gets caught. Oh, Spa and Reitzler getting close together. The battle now for the 3 spot on forward.
Final half a lap in this one. Smith picking up the front at the great time off turn number 4. He's going to lead him to the checkered. Spa trying to close it out for second. Give it to him. It is Hunter Smith to the heat race win. Johnny Spa into the 2 spot. And Thor the Hammer Anderson driving his way up to 3rd.
Oh, I'm not sure what happened with Reitzler there, but Reitzler ended up in the fluffy stuff and just could not recover.
I think it just slid up a little high on him as he chased it up the hill in 4 and got it up there and had to get off the gas pedal and gather her back in.
Well, we head to heat number 2 of our IMCA stock cars. It is Derek Reimer on the pole out of Ames, the 17R, and on the outside, it's the Ferguson Freight Train, the 47 of Sam West.
Row number 2, inside from Collins, the A1A. That's Austin Kaplan Jonathan Logue out of Logansport, Iowa, the 69 to the outside.
Brunson Spa to the inside of row number 3, and the 8 machine out of Cedar Rapids, then to the outside out of Marshalltown. It's Mr. Custom Concrete, the 19 of Jimmy Gustin.
We look to row number 4, last week's feature winner, not only here, but matching it at Boone the next night. How about it? The 93 out of Kellogg, Michael Jeanette. Owen Barnhill, the B24, will sit to the outside out of Milton, Florida, running the Midwest here for the racing season. As our caution light's still on, we'll send him around again.
Yeah, I got a chance to stop over at Boone last Saturday night and go walk over pit side, go congratulate Mr. Jeanette on that. And no later did I congratulate him, I was back down at his pit after the race was over saying, well, one just wasn't enough for you this weekend, huh?
Well, the car, when it's running good, it's running good, right? Back-to-back nights to victory lane. For Jeanette and that 93. This time he's firing from the back. We'll see what he's got from there.
And we mentioned it earlier, but not one Jeanette, but 2 Jeanettes ended up in victory lane last Friday night. Kinzer Jeanette parking the Sport Compact in Victory Fuel Victory Lane. So
and a lot of praise from Michael for Kinzer on that one. So here we go. Heat race coming at you.
It is Reimer to the inside into 1 and 2. Here comes the A1A of Kaplan, the 69 of Logue, the 19 of Gustin, the 47 of Sam West. West now going to lead the train down into 3 and 4. Logue looking to stick a nose in there. Kaplan going to look to come out on top through turn 4. Logue maybe a little bump to the rump, bump draft down the front straightaway. And it's Kaplan to the lead. Here comes the Ferguson Freight Train.
Oh, it's awfully racy up front here. Kaplan, the A1A, the Bobcat, taking a look from the bottom side. He'll slide it up in front of Sam West, the 47. Gustin, a car back there in 4th as he'll look underneath West into turn number 2. Out in front, the A1A, dot 3 to be exact. That is Austin Kaplan.
Austin Kaplan running the blue and white A1A dot 3. Then it's the 69 of Jonathan Logue. Logue working in that 2 spot. Now it's a battle for the custom concrete Rage chassis. It is the 47 of Ferguson Freight Train, the 19 of Jammin' Jimmy Gustin. Those 2 going to battle for the 3 spot.
And behind them, the B24, that's Owen Barnhill and Derek Reimer battling. But up in front, you've got them going here in your picture. That is the battle for 3rd. As Cade said, the custom concrete battles.
Whoa, trouble for Barnhill.
Oh, one over. Red is going to come on in turn number 4 as Barnhill goes for a ride and we'll roll him down with the red light.
Well, Barnhill just looks like he caught an edge over there in turn number 4.
So Levi and our track group going to get over there quickly and check on him.
Oh, we do see movement inside of the car there. Trevor on the B24 over there in turn number 4. Motown crew checking on the B24 machine.
And yeah, indeed, a great shot from Trevor. You can see him moving around inside the cockpit, so takes the helmet off. How about a big hand as he appears to be okay over there after that ride? That's Owen Barnhill. Hey, that's what that new camera's for, right? Those great shots. Trevor, you got him zoomed in over there. We were commenting last week, I believe it was, on the new equipment he has to play with this year, and a great-looking shot. And we're playing along this week. We've got a monitor up here with us. We can watch everything he's doing, so that's a little added bonus for us that we haven't had.
Trying something new here. Oh, Mother Nature's starting to not play as friendly here.
Well, and again, on that note, be sure, if you're with us here live and in person, hang on to those tickets just in case we don't get through the heat races. We're about halfway there, but hang on to them just in case we need it.
Well, and FloRacing on the phone got an instant replay pulled up for us. Unfortunately, you folks at home not able to see it at the moment, but watching him go down the back straightaway here on the replay. headed into 3. And yeah, Barnhill just gets turned sideways. Looks like he catches an edge on the tire there and just sends the car sideways.
He just sent it. It got sideways on him, and like you said, it caught something, and a one-time roll landed back on his wheels. So as rollovers go, nothing too terrible, but always an interesting ride. Do you keep your eyes open or do you close them? That was always the question. Open. Pastor Kenny says open.
Pastor Kenny says open.
I know the one time I got upside down, I left them open and watched everything go bloop, 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 and land back on my wheels. So
what about the time you watched the guy go over top of you? Were your eyes open that time?
As soon as he went up and over me, no, I believe I closed him, and I was waiting for him to land on the top of my car, but I drove completely under him before he came back down.
Well, thankful to see the B-24 of Owen Barnhill moving around all safe and sound inside of that B-24 machine. Roll cage doing its job.
Well, a tough break there is, again, just nothing to do about it. The car just stepped out sideways, caught something, and went over. Fortunately, didn't collect anybody else's. He was sitting in the number 3 spot, I believe, there as we were following him down the back straightaway. So
yeah, and I'm sure you know this because you used to do this when you were racing as well, but that outside tire has so much camber on it. He got sideways, caught the camber of the tire, and just sent him over.
It gave, and over he went. So, and if, for those of you that haven't heard us tell the story, the A1A, we're calling him Austin Kaplan, the A1A.3, because he went through 3 different cars last year in that A1A. So we named this one the .3, and we were waiting for the .4. He said he's got one working on it, but not ready yet.
I think he said, hopefully I don't have to use it, if I remember correctly.
That is exactly what he said.
He would like to stay in the .3, and, you know, I kind of feel bad. Maybe we should give him some grace and give him a new count for the new year.
Starting back over at just the A1A
yeah,
and let him go there. Well, I'll tell you what, he's in a good spot right now after picking up a feature win a couple of weeks ago right here. He parked her over there. So it's going to be Kaplan. He's got Logan tow, Sam West behind that. Then it's Jimmy Gustin. Here we go. Gas pedal mashed. Back to the green.
Watch your battle for the 3 spot there. The Rage chassis is going to go to work for the 3 spot. Your battle going to heat up front as well. Kaplan and Logue going to start to run away. Gustin to the high side. Sam West down low. We are 2 laps to go.
And Logue sent it in hot and heavy into turns 3 and 4 there. Couldn't quite get to the bumper of Kaplan. So those two, 1 and 2, about 3 car lengths separate them this time. Now looking back, it is the jammer. Jimmy Gustin sitting 3rd. Battle on for the number 4 spot as it is Spa there, the 8 car, trying to get up and stick a nose in. Give it to him that time by as we work down the back chute.
Bronson Spa now sticking a nose into the 4 spot. As we watch your leader down through turns 3 and 4. One final time for the A1A. That's Austin Kaplan taking the win. The 2 spot going to go to the Bobcat, Jonathan Logue. And finishing 3rd, it's the 19. That's Mr. Custom Concrete, Jammin' Jimmy Gustin. So your IMCA Hobby Stocks going to roll out onto the track next.
And your Big 8 Tire Hobbies, we're going to line them up and bring them out. It is Riley McWhirter out of Iowa Falls, the 21R, and Dalton Cody, the 45C out of Newton, row number 1.
Braylon Long, the 00B on the inside of row number 2, and to the outside, it's the 12T. That's Tanner Jones out of Boone.
Brad Graham out of Brooklyn, the 22G is inside row number 3, and picking up another feature win last week at Boone, the 12K, out of Slater, Eric Knutson, the Shadow.
Cale Hemsley going to be to the inside of row number 4 in the 88H, and to the outside, it's Ben Newhouse, the 17X. We go lights dark down the back straight away. It's the 21R of Riley McWhirter. And the 45C of Dalton Cody side by side. Braylon Long in the 2 in the 2nd row, as well as the 12T of Tanner Jones. We go green out of turn number 4. Here comes Long.
Braylon Long, a big push up through the middle, looking to take that out in front, give the lead to Long down the back straightaway. Knutson says not so fast. The Shadow knows as he takes it to the bottom side. Knutson rallying from the bottom. He's going to have enough to get it up front. Knutson, your leader.
Oh, Knutson looking to put the rest of the field in his shadow as we head down the back straightaway. It is Knutson to the lead. Braylon Long in the 2 spot. Cale Hemsley runs third. Dalton Cody 4. Here comes the 22B of Graham, or 22G, excuse me, of Graham.
Knutson will show the way as he runs 3/4 the way up the track. Now cuts it as he diamonds it off the corner. Knutson down the back straightaway. Long and the 88H of Hemsley in a battle for second. Hemsley will hang on to it. Big run on the bottom. Dalton Cody, the 45C, trying to join the fun.
Your battle for the 3 spot here. The 22G of Brad Graham, the 00B of Braylon Long. Braylon Long driving it hard off the corner, down 2, turns 3 and 4. Now the battle back for the 5 spot as well. That's Tanner Jones, Dalton Cody. Those two going to let that battle slip away. We are still watching the 22G of Graham, the 00B of Braylon Long. Here comes the 12T of Jones going to join the party.
And Long and Graham, a little contact out of 4 last time. No harm, no foul as they'll bring it around again. Eric Knutson out in front running away. Hemsley's comfortable in the 2 spot. The racing starts back there at 3rd. See that bright pink back end of Long, the 00B. Now to the inside of the 22G of Graham. That's your best battle on the track. 1 and 2 checking out on everybody else. The battle for 3rd. They'll turn left off turn number 4. Graham gonna bring him to the white flag in 3rd.
It is the shadow leading the way. And as I mentioned, leaving everybody else in his shadow as we head down through turns 3 and 4. One final time. It is checkered flag for the shadow, Eric Knutson.
Cale Hemsley, the 88H, very comfortably in the number 2 spot. And the race for 3rd, going to go to the 22G of Brad Graham.
Well, that's going to wrap up heat number 1 of your Cappy's Big 8 Tire Center IMCA Hobby Stocks. We are going to roll into heat number 2. On the pole, it's going to be the 7 out of state center. That's Clayton Sogi. And to the outside, it's Who's Your Daddy, the 59 junior Chad Rickett Jr.
Jeremy Dooley out of Promise City, Iowa. The 91 is inside row number 2. Lucas Smith out of Iowa Falls. That's the 14L.
Row number 3, going to see Nathan Duragan. And the 19X out of Peoria, Arizona. On the inside and to the outside, out of Sully, it's the 55. Part of Bad Fast Motorsports. It's
Brett
the Thunder,
Mazdam.
Brett Mazdam.
Got stuck there for a second?
I blanked.
Into row number 4. Braden Gifford, the 22B out of Boone, and Kyle Richardson out of Kellogg, the 88R. You couldn't remember if he was Thunder or Lightning, huh? You guys just got stuck on that?
Yeah.
I looked over and your wheels were just spinning. All right, here we go. Great picture of him rolling off turn number 4. Gas pedal. Green flag out and to the high side. Who's Your Daddy? He'll jump on it into turn number 1.
It is Chad Rickett Jr. working the high side. Here comes the 14L of Lucas Smith working along the high side as well. Mazdam and Braden Gifford, the 22B.
The Bluey Mobile. Who's Your Daddy? Chad Rickett Jr., the 59JR out in front. The 14L of Lucas Smith now into the number 2 spot. The 91 not far off of that. Jeremy Dooley, the transponder not working, but he is sitting 3rd. But here comes a challenge to the low side. That is going to be the 19X of Duragan.
It is the 59 junior of Chad Rickett Jr. working his way down through 3 and 4. We come to 4 laps to go this time. Holy cow, what a send from Braden Gifford, the 22B.
Gifford slicing and dicing up through the middle. Just sent that thing full tilt. Now he's up to the high side, trying to find racing room up there as he goes up for a little push on the cush. Down the back straightaway, he'll slide it out in front for 3rd. Off turn 4, here comes Rickett Jr. trying to hang on to the lead. He's got it by a fender.
It is the 14 of Lucas Smith. Oh my goodness, Gifford. What a slide into the 2 spot. Slide block to the 59 of Chad Rickett Jr. Going to bump him back to 3rd. We are 2 to go this time.
Lucas Smith, the 14L to the front. And the high flying action of the 22B Braden Gifford up to the number 2 spot. Now the race is for third. That is Chad Rickett Jr. running up high. The 59 JR. Whoa, hang on to the back end, Chad. Out of turn 4, white flag out, 1 to go. Lucas Smith on the point.
It is Gifford. Watch for one final Top Gun send into turns 3 and 4. Here comes Gifford down low, gonna slide it on through. Not gonna have it that time down the front straightaway. It's a drag race. It's gonna go to the 14L of Lucas Smith.
Well, it wasn't for a lack of trying, I'll say that. He took her down as far as he could go into the grass, and he was going to take the elevator from the bottom to the top.
He looked like Janky Jeff the way he was going along the bottom side of the track there.
He just couldn't quite get her done, so he's going to have to settle for that number 2 spot. Lucas Smith takes the win, Brad Gifford second, and it's Who's Your Daddy finishing third.
Well, that's going to send us to heat number 3. For your IMCA Hobby Stocks, presented by Cappy's Big 8 Tire. And it's going to be the 01 JK of Jake Mormon on the pole, and the newly wrapped 99B Bentley Long to the outside.
Ray Hill out of Marshalltown's the 19 inside row number 2, and Cale Cook, the 22K from Motown to the high side.
Zach McNeese going to be to the inside of row number 3, and the 23Z Machine, and to the outside, it's the Linville Lightning, the 55X, the other part of Bad Fast Motorsports. That's Corey Vanderwilt.
Didn't have to think about that one. You had that one, huh? Okay. Row number 4, TKJ, Tom Killen Jr. out of Des Moines, the 1K, and the 7J, Michael Johnson Jr. out of Van Meter.
Well, looks like Ray Hill getting promoted to pole position as the 01 JK opting to start at the rear here tonight. Bentley Long going to be to the outside. Watch him down the front straightaway. It is the 19 of Hill down into turns 1 and 2. Bentley Long had a strong start to his feature at Boone last Saturday night. We'll see if he can keep it going here at Marshalltown. Cale Cook down and back in that 4 spot in a battle there. The 23Z Zach McNeese. It's Long in the top spot as we head down the back straightaway. Ray Hill side by side.
Cale Cook, the 22, just 1 out following your front 2, looking for the opportunity. Long off turn 4, powers down the front straightaway. Here comes Cook. He's up on the back bumper.
It's the kid, Bentley Long, working along the top side of 1 and 2. Cale Cook on the back bumper, down the back straightaway. It is Long, the bright colored 99B. Cale Cook gonna look to the low side, nothing there. Gets a little wobbly down in 3 and 4. We are 4 laps to go this time. 1 around, that's the 23Z Zach McNeese. We stay green, we go into 3 and 4. It's the 99B, that's Bentley Long.
Long still out in front, transponder not working there, but showing the way. Here comes Tom Killen Jr., the 1K down working the bottom now. He'll show the nose to Long. They'll go together down the back straightaway, hub to hub, into 3 and 4. Killen Jr. working off the bottom, 2 laps to go. You've got a new leader, Tom Killen Jr.
Tom Killen Jr. working along the bottom side. Bentley Long trying to rip the lip along through 1 and 2. Looking at 3 and 4, trying to gain anything he can with the white flag coming out this time. Meanwhile, the 22K of Cale Cook running along the bottom side. The bright pink rims as we head into turns 1 and 2. One final time, it's the 1K of Tom Killen Jr.
And the battle on for the number 2 spot. You can see Tom Killen Jr. has it out in front, second up for grabs. Cook to the bottom side, trying to put the pressure on Long off turn number 4. Long's gonna fight him off for second place.
So Tom Killen Jr. going to take the win here in heat number 3. The 99B of Bentley Long going to finish in the 2 spot. Cale Cook going to finish 3rd here for your IMCA Hobby Stocks. Presented by Cappy's Big 8 Tire Center.
And Tom Killen Jr. picking up the feature win at Stewart. So a feature win under his belt.
We head to the Ground Pounders. It's your IMCA Modifieds presented by Carl's Customs. We roll them out. It's the 75 of Greg Elliott out of Stanhope on the inside.
On the pole for row number 1 into the outside, it's the 3W. It's the Intimidator, Garrett Wilson out of Carlisle.
Ron Lauritzen, Uncle Ronnie out of LaPorte City, Iowa. The 10K is row number 2, along with Adam Johnson out of Independence, the 24R.
And Kevin Sather going to be to the inside of row number 3 to the in the 3 machine, and to the outside, it's Griffin Taylor in the 8 to the out.
Row number 4, Todd Shute, last week's feature winner, the 5 car out of Norwalk. Then Trip Gaylord, the 77T.
And your final row going to be the 101 of Lucas Silber out of Levine, Arizona. And to the outside, it's the 02C. That's Braden Claiborne, Santa Maria, California. And you talk about TS5, Todd Shute. What a barn burner that was last week here at Motown. 4 of the big dogs in the IMCA modified class clashing there for the last few laps.
And Shute also finding victory lane at Stewart, so doubling up last week into this week. As we have them rolling into 4, lights are off. Here comes the green flag and into the front chute.
It's the Team Harris Auto Racing 75 down into turns 1 and 2. That is Greg Elliott. Now here comes Uncle Ronnie, the 10K. Down to the bottom side, going to send it into 3 and 4. Watch out, here comes TS5, Todd Shute. Working down the front straightaway, going head-to-head with the Intimidator. That is the 3W of Garrett Wilson.
Ron Lauritzen down the back straight away. He'll take this one here early on into 3 and 4. We'll pick him up into the front chute. Lauritzen out in front. TS5, Todd Shute up to the number 2 spot already. The 75 of Elliott running third.
It is Uncle Ronnie leading the way. Todd Shute about 3 car lengths back to that TS5 of Todd Shute. Then it is the 75 of Greg Elliott, the 77T of Trip Gaylord. Gaylord, one of the big dogs here in the IMCA modified class here at Marshalltown. Greg Elliott getting up into the loose stuff through 1 and 2. Gaylord now secures P3.
Indeed, Trip Gaylord, a former track champion here at Marshalltown, right now sits in third as you got to look at that spot. Battling back there for the number 4 spot. That is Adam Johnson, the 24R, and Elliott, the 75, up to the high side. Follow them off turn number 4 into the front chute. Elliott the advantage.
Your battle for the 4 spot, Greg Elliott and the 24R of Adam Johnson. Johnson now going to slide high out of turn number 2. And Elliott going to have the 4 spot. Now here comes TS5. Todd Shute with 2 laps to go.
We'll go from a battle for 4th to a battle for the lead. Uncle Ronnie slips it up high.
Goodness.
Todd Shute sticks a nose underneath. Those 2 rock and roll into turns 3 and 4. Shute got her geared up underneath. Uncle Ronnie says not so fast.
Uncle Ronnie's got the bite out of the corners. Todd Shute working along, trying to get to the bottom side here. We are checkered flag this time. One last-ditch effort for the TS5 and Todd Shute. Not going to be able to do it. Give it to the Spider-Man and Friends, Uncle Ronnie. So the 10K of Uncle Ronnie, Ron Lauritzen, takes the win. TS5, Todd Shute, going to have to settle for the 2 spot. And the 77T of Trip Gaylord finishes 3rd.
So heat race number 2 gonna come at you on the pole out of roads. Rod Clement, the 40RC, will be there. Owen Barnhill, the B24, gonna strap in and try it again, this time with the modified.
Row number 2 gonna see the 26J. That's Joel Russ to the inside. Jesse Patterson, the 118 to the outside.
We go to row number 3. Scott Simonovich out of State Centers, the 43S, and the 48K. Colin, the Kid Hipton out of Waterloo.
It's Jake McBurney to the inside of row number 4. And it's your 2-time IMCA modified national champion. It's Chaz Baca.
Robert Moore is down low, row number 5, the 2B, into the high side. Connor Verbridge, the 97 from Knoxville. And looks like we're going to push him up the hill just a little bit here and roll that high side in for him. As you'll see throughout the night, that cushion just continues to climb its way up the high banks here at Marshalltown. Makes for some absolutely spectacular feature racing.
And if you think the cushion gets pushed up high on a regular night here at Motown, come visit us when the late models come in for Flow Night. And I'm sure with those 360 sprint cars as well, that cushion is going to be to the very, very top.
You think they might move it up the hill, huh?
I think so. I think we took a look at the cushion last year after the late models were here, and it was...
What cushion?
It was, yeah.
It was just the top of the track. Here we go, out of turn number 4, green flag.
We get a little bump and grind further back in the pack as we go into turns 1 and 2. It's the B24 of Owen Barnhill. Looking for something different from the modified. Sent from the 26J of Joel Rust. As we go down into turns 1 and 2, it's Chaz Baca, Colin the Kid, and the 26J of Joel Rust, your battle for 2, 3, and 4.
Pick him up out of turn number 4. Owen Barnhill, Joel Rust there, the 26J, as he's got pressure. Colin Hibden, the 48K, tucks underneath out of turn 2, down the back straightaway.
Down the back straightaway into turns 3 and 4. It is the 75 of Chaz Baca trying to hunt down the rear bumper of the 48K of Colin Hibden. Hibden working on the 26J of Joel Rust. Those two in a hot and heavy battle down the back straightaway we go. Into 3 and 4, it's the Kid down low. Watch him down through 3 and 4 down the front straightaway. Rust with the advantage. Into 1 and 2, not out of sight yet is the B24 of Owen Barnhill. Into 3 and 4 we go.
Barnhill gonna bring him out of 4 down the front straightaway. Battle is right now for second. Joel Rust. Hibden still trying to look underneath Rust, the 26J. Hibden a slight advantage now. Rust fights back on the high side. Those two together down the back straightaway. Hibden kicks up the dust on the bottom. Slider in front. Rust crosses over. Hibden back to the gas pedal.
It is trouble for Rust as he goes around in turn number 2. Pulling a little tomato, rolling backwards as we go yellow. Well, very unfortunate there for the 26 of Joel Rust. Tried to take the bottom line as Colin Hibden was trying to squeeze him down there. I think Rust checked up, locked up the rear end, and spun around. So an unfortunate end to this one for the 26 of Joel Rust. As looks like he's going to tag the tail on this one, so.
Liked your tomato reference there, the backwards racing.
Don't need to know where you're going, just need to know where you been. That wasn't nearly my best Larry the Cable Guy impression, but we'll save that for later. So the B24 of Owen Barnhill going to bring us around here to the green flag. We are going green, white, checkered. Here in this one as the green flag goes high to the sky. 2 laps to go for the B24.
Hibden now takes an aim at your leader as he'll come up off the bottom. He's sizing up Barnhill down the back straightaway. Barnhill drives it in hard into 3, slides it up. It is going to be Hibden sliding up as well. That's going to open the door for Baca. He'll take a look.
Here comes Baca down the bottom side of the Speedway. Don't forget Jake McBurney, Scott Samatovich. Those 3 back there. It is checkered flag this time. It's going to go to the B24 of Owen Barnhill. The 2 spot going to go to the 48K of Colin Hibden. And finishing 3rd, it's going to be the 75 of Chaz Baca. Well, folks, just like that, we started racing at 7 o'clock. It is 8:03, and we are done with heats. Oh, my goodness. That was a lot of racing in a short amount of time.
Well, we told you it was going to be get through, and just like that, over the top of the hill. Here come your Mod Lights for their A main event.
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Oh, you get on there. We'll stall for you. The Mod Lights making their way out, a feature. Gonna look a little something like this. Brandon Cox, the 66 on the pole. Corey Sonner to the outside.
Row number 2, gonna see the 2G, Grant Anderson. To the inside, to the outside, it's the X50 out of Des Moines. That's Joel Huggins.
Row 3, Josh May, the 99 out of Des Moines. Ben George from Altoona, the 4G.
Colby Oberam taking a rough tumble in Boone last Saturday night. Good to see him here at the Speedway at Marshalltown. Going to be to the inside of row number 4. To the outside, it's the 48G. That's Austin Gray.
From Huxley, inside row number 5, the 9XL of Colin Anderson. Riley Klim, the 9C to the high side.
Charlie Brown going to be to the inside of row number 6. To the outside, it's Garrett Barber in the 44.
Row 7, Trayson Glick and Jared Douglas.
The 28 of Terry Brown and Cole Paul. The 73 going to be row number 7.
Garrison Anderson and Trevor Swanson, your next row back. Ladies and gentlemen, get those index fingers high in the air. It's the old dwarf car wave. Here come the roof flaps for you as they wave back. Racing.
We light up the 1000cc motors underneath the hood of these Mod Light machines. It is the 66. Gonna lead the way here for lap number 1. That's Brandon Cox. Corey Sonner to the high side. Here comes Colby Oberamp. Oberamp, last week's feature winner. Huggy Bear in there as well.
Corey Sonner had him by a nose at the line that time. Cox off the bottom. Trouble in 2. 1 up high, 1 parked in the middle. Now make it 3 parked in the middle. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Well, we will go yellow. We have 1 lap in the books, so we bring in the Delaware double file start here for the first time this Friday night. Well, Pastor Kenny saying goodbye to us here for the night, so I'm going to go get some food.
And on that note, don't forget Speedway Diner is open and available for you. If you got a second to run down there and grab something while we're under yellow here, go down and see those folks.
Got good food down there, but there ain't no time to run down there tonight. We're clicking through this thing.
Got to make it fast. That's why they call it fast food. Bum.
Well, speaking of fast food, where you don't want to end up at the end of the night, the DQ Tech area. Don't get DQ'd here. It's your North 3rd Avenue Dairy Queen DQ Tech area.
Well, you want to end up there. You just don't want to get DQ'd there.
Yeah, you don't want to get DQ'd there. You want to end up there at the end of the night.
That DQ stands for disqualified. Nothing to do with the dilly bar.
You know where you do want to end up at the end of the night? That's your Victory Fuel Victory Lane, along with Quick Performance, Fast Shafts, FloRacing, D&E Outside Services, and O'Reilly Auto Parts down there in Victory Lane.
And your H&F Distributing, Coors Light, Miller Lite board down there in the front straightaway, along with Fisher Trucking.
I believe that's Raymond Creek Repair. Sorry if I butchered that one. A little hard to read down there.
Knight Sanitation, Independent Auto, Big 8 Tire.
Avila Bank, Culver's, KFJB, and Kicks 101, Iowa's best country.
ELH Power Washing, Velocita, Carl, and Carl Customs.
Carl Customs just had their first summer nights at Carl Customs in Ankeny. Got a chance to go stop out at that. Plenty of cool cars, and I'm one of the motorcycle riders that shows up to one of those events, so good to see a bunch of bikes out there as well, but plenty of cool cars to go see. If you have the time, go check out Summer Nights at Carl Customs in Ankeny.
And our sister Speedway, the 141 Speedway, along with the Joy of Seating and Tomcat Performance.
Elmquist Towing, a great sponsor here at the Marshalltown Speedway.
And the great big Levi Hoagland sign there, commercial snow removal and towing.
P&D Welding Solutions, Quick Star, the 47 in memory of Grandpa Gill.
Stealth Racing, Hy-Vee, J&M Fabrication and Quick Car, Rugged Radio, and Toy Scout. As the yellow light goes down, Corey Sonner out on the point.
Sonner going to be left alone. The 66 of Brandon Cox chooses the inside, leaving Huggy Bear up high. We go green out of turn number 4. Huggy Bear gets side by side down the front straightaway.
A little tire loving on the outside.
Oh, trouble for Oberamp.
As well, the good news is he's still on all 4. He'll keep her rolling, pick him up out of 4. Sonner, he's got the lead into the front straightaway. Here comes Josh May.
Josh May, the 99, going to look down to the low side. Here comes the 48G of Austin Gray. And the X50 of Joel Huggins. Those 4, trouble for Ben George as he pulls it into the grass down into turn 3. It is the Grandpa Gill sponsored 47 of Corey Sonner leading the way.
Sonner working from the top side as we are yellow.
Oh, one over.
Red.
In turn number 4.
I was looking at the other end, so we'll get Levi and our track crew over there. Trevor Swinson, the 72T, I believe that is, parked on his top side. And again, those of you at home getting a real good close-up of that as they go to work on the 72T of Swinson.
And Levi and Olivia Hoagland, son and mom crew, working over there in turn number 4 as we work to get the 72T safely flipped back over onto all 4 wheels.
And Trevor pointing out just about the same spot in the track as we had earlier. You can see him moving around in there if you're watching at home. Those of you here, we do have movement inside the pit, inside the cockpit. Trevor Swinson hands the helmet out. But yeah, just about the same spot Barnhill went for a ride a little bit ago. So I don't know if there's a little ridge there. Well, while we've got a moment, again, we'll send out our salute to law enforcement and first responders tonight. We are so excited to have you with us here and honored to have you join us. And a big thank you going to Extreme by Mediacom and New Roth Trucking for pitching in and covering the entry tonight to get all those folks into the racetrack free. We are glad to have you with us. And those of you at home who may not be with us but are also in that category, would like to send out our thank yous to you for everything you do.
Well, we see the 0B rolling down the front straightaway here. Colby Oberham going for a similar looking ride at Boone last Saturday night.
I was going to say, be careful how you use rolling down the front straightaway with him, because he went for a ride last Saturday.
He did indeed go for a ride last Saturday at Boone, going through turns 3 and 4.
And from what I read on Facebook, not his first time. I believe that said it was his third time getting upside down at Boone.
Well, and on the lighter side of things for the 0B of Colby Oberempt, here at Marshalltown, getting the win last Friday, his first win in 14 years.
Man, that's gotta feel good, because I know he's been close, so parking her there.
A 14-year drought ended here at Marshalltown Speedway As you can see that 72T getting hooked up by the Levi Hoagland Auto Plaza wrecker there.
Always the talented work of helping everybody get off the track and getting those mod lights picked up as they're going to throw some dirt down now. As you saw some of the fluids coming out of that car. If you're watching at home, you got a good close-up view of it.
And you see the mod lights getting picked up a little differently than everything else here at the Speedway. As the mod lights are small enough and light enough, Levi just picks up the whole car.
They got him set up so he can just pick them up instead of towing them back. They just carry them back.
The rest of the cars here at the Speedway, unless absolutely necessary, picking up by either the front or the rear wheels.
So I guess if you wanted to, you could say Oberampt has gone head over heels for the Boone track.
You could.
He probably wouldn't want to, but you could.
Well, and unfortunately not the way we want to see drivers go off the track here at Marshalltown. Prefer to see them go off on all fours under their own power, but unfortunately it's racing. Things do happen. Sometimes you catch an edge going into a corner and the car decides it doesn't want to stay on all fours. So unfortunate to see a car go off the track that way, but always better to know that when something like that happens, the driver is safe and everything under control. As Corey Sonner going to be on the point here for the restart. Once again, the 99 of Josh May had the option here for this restart. Going to choose down low.
And Austin Gray going to line up in that number 3 spot, the 48G. As caution lights are down, we're looking to come back to green. How about it, Cade?
We bring him out of turn number 4. We are green down the front straightaway. Here comes the 99 of May.
Josh May wasting no time to fire from the bottom. Sonner not going to get back to him. May a good jump out of 2 and down the back straightaway. He'll bring Huggins, the X50 along with the bottom. Now Sonner's got her wound up on the top.
Sonner just taking a little bit to find the speed there in that 47 machine. Gonna rip it along the high side down the back straightaway. Here comes the X50 of Huggins. We are 4 down, 11 laps to go. Coming to 10 to go this time for the 99 of Josh May.
It is Josh May, Sonner, then Huggins, then the 48G of Austin Gray. Now Austin Gray says, hey, there's an opening. I'm going to step right in here. Oh, hang on, the opening closed.
We were 3 wide down the back straightaway. Now we're going to go 3 wide out of turn number 4. It's Gray, Huggy Bear, and Sonner. Those 3 going hot and heavy into turns 1 and 2. Gray now going to look down to the inside of the X50 of Huggins, which is down to the inside of the 47 of Sonner. As Oberampt goes a little detour down through turn number 2, it's going to be Sonner to the 2 spot.
Josh May out in front. Sonner now jumping out to the 2 spot as he gets a good pull through 1 and 2. He'll take her clear up along the rail. May, then Sonner. The X50 of Huggy Bear running in the number 3 spot. But there's your leader, the 99 of Josh May.
Well, we are halfway there. And living on a prayer is the 99 of Josh May out in front. Hoping he gets to keep that spot down the front straightaway here. Sonner. A little trouble for the 9XL of Colin Anderson. We go.
We're still green into the back straightaway as you look at the battle for 3rd. Gray to the top side, Huggins to the bottom side. It is into 3 and 4. Gray firing from the top. Huggins trying to counter back. This one's the 48G to 3rd. Yellow is on. Yellow.
That's going to be for the 7G of Devin Glick. Going around in turn number 2. Well, I gotta say, the last 2 restarts we had on lap 1 and lap 3, the first full row back has gotten the better start than the leader.
Well, I'm not sure what happened to Sonner on that one. The 47 just didn't seem to jump up like everybody else did. Took him about a lap to find the right thing and come out of turn number 4 with everything firing. But in the meantime, May more than happy to take advantage of that.
Well, and as I mentioned at the beginning of this race, these mod lights running 1,000cc motorcycle engines. That's a big boy bike if you get on one of those. I'll tell you this, in a straight line on two wheels, a motor like this can easily hit 200 miles an hour. They ain't doing that on all four.
On four while turning left.
Yeah, right?
No, left. Well, Josh May will be on the point for the restart. Now Sonner on the inside of row 2. Huggins going to go to the high side.
Oh, we saw this on lap number 1. Huggins got a great start on the high side when Sonner was out in front. So Huggy Bear going to try and get that same start on Josh May here. Sonner going to look for something down low. As we go green out of 4, good start for Josh May.
Josh May with some jump out of turn number 4. Huggins slides up high, opens the door. In through the middle comes the 5G of Trayson Glick. It is off turn 4. May bringing him down the front straightaway. Glick looking for an opening. Sonner fighting back.
It is Sonner along the high side. We got a 4-way battle there for the 2 spot. It's Sonner, Glick, Huggy Bear, and Gray. Those 4 hot and heavy through turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, your leader, the 99 of Josh May, coming to 3 to go. It is May through 1 and 2.
Sonner now out to the 2 spot. Gray rallies from the top side. Give him 3rd down the back straightaway. Glick 4, Huggy Bear 5 as he'll go to the bottom. You got a picture of your leader shooting by. Then 2nd place is Sonner.
It is Sonner in the 2 spot. Your battle still hot and heavy for 3rd. Austin Gray going to take the point there. Coming out of turn number 2. Here comes Huggy Bear along the bottom side. Trayson Glick, the 5G running down. It's white flag for your leader, the 99 of Josh May.
Josh May, a little over half a lap to go to find victory lane for the 99. Won't be his first time this season, but he's looking to get her there. Off turn 4, give him the twin checkers. Josh May, Corey Sonner hanging on to the number 2 spot over Austin Gray, finishing 3rd.
Well, and as Jerry said on his live right before we got here, today we are going to keep clicking through our features here tonight, so no victory lane interviews as we are trying to beat Mother Nature. So it's going to be your IMCA Sport Mods presented by Rugged Radios. Rolling over the hill next.
On the pole out of Marshalltown, it's going to be the 7 of Brayton Farney. To the outside from Boone, it is the 18, Jocelyn Elmquist. Row number 2, Tony Johnson out of Oski, the 8T and the 57K. That's Ryan King.
Row number 3, you're going to see the 7W. That's the Wolfman, Will Wolf to the inside and to the outside. It's the Young Gun, the 9B, Braden Gustin.
We go to row number 4. Colton Livesey, the 29, is there. And Matt Avila trying to go back-to-back feature wins here at Motown.
Nicholas Hankins, the 99H to the inside of row number 5 to the outside. It's the 8K. That's Austin Kemp.
Preston Bright, the 13B, is row number 6 along with TJ Hampton.
Brennan Jacoby, the 13J to the inside. Jackson Elmquist to the outside of row number 7.
And row number 8, Josiah Taylor, the 193, the 40HC. That's Hunter Clement. It's parade lap time off turn number 4. Race fans, make some noise. It's your IMCA Sport Mod.
We're going to roll them down through 1 and 2. One more time under caution. Lights go dark as they head down the back straightaway. It's Josh the Ross and the 7 of Braden Fernie. Your front row.
Pace will quicken into 3. They slide it into 4. Racing down the front straightaway. Fernie on the bottom. Elmquist in the middle. Farney goes right down to touch the tires, now slides it up. That opens the door down the back straightaway.
That's Tony Johnson taking the opportunity down on the low side, the 8T. Here comes Farney, going to try and cross it back over. It's Tony Johnson, the 8T, leading the way. A pair of 7s running 2 and 3. That's the 7W of Will Wolf, the Vanderbilt chassis 7W, and then the 7 of Braden Farney running 3rd.
Johnson, your leader, down into turn number 1. He's got Wolf coming at him from the bottom side. Farney slides it clear up over the cushion. Livesey now, the 29, trying to repeat his run in the heat race as he's got his sights set moving to the front.
It is the 8T of Tony Johnson leading the way. Livesey going to work along the bottom side of the Speedway. Oh, trouble for Joss the Boss as she collects one more up there in turn number 2 as we go yellow, yellow, yellow. Well, unfortunately, that's going to kill a good battle up there for the front. Will Wolf and Tony Johnson going at it hard down the front straightaway before yellow came out. Elmquist just getting up too high there in turn number 2, looping it around. And going to collect the 99H of Nicholas Hankins, as well as Hankins looks to take that thing pit side.
Hey, we talked about last Friday night was our first kids night of the season with the kids right along. 3 more kids nights coming up. We've got candy toss, followed by the bike giveaway, and we wrap up the season with backpack giveaway.
You said it.
I just said backpacks. I didn't say anything about that other part of it. So 3 more kids nights here at Marshalltown this year to go. 1 down, 3 left on the books. And we talked about it a little earlier, but for those of you wondering where the heck FloRacing night in America is, usually we have it fairly early on. This year, it slides back to August. So we've got wing sprints in August on the 11th, and then the 18th is Flow night in America. So a couple of special Tuesday nights in August. Those tickets go on sale July 1.
Tony Johnson going to bring us around to green here. Watch for the bright yellow 29 of Colton Livesey as we come back to green here. It is the 8T of Tony Johnson, the 7W of Will Wolf, and the 29 of Colton Livesey. Watch those 3 out in front. And here comes the 2X of Avila.
Oh, hang on, contact out of turn 2. Real Estate got tight.
Oh,
flat
goodness.
tire there, I'm going to guess. Maybe not. Sliding up the hill. That is Ryan King. But out in front, we continue on as we march. It's Tony Johnson. Will Wolf working from the bottom. Livesey now goes up top out of turn 4.
It is the 29 of Colton Livesey working back in that 3 spot. It's going to get hot and heavy back for the 5 spot there as Matt Avila and Ryan King going head-to-head there. First, the 5th position, your main battle up front. It's the 7W of Will Wolf, the 8T of Tony Johnson, and the catbird seat. Going to be the 29. That is Colton Livesey.
Out of turn number 4, Tony Johnson. Wolf still trying to fire from the bottom side. Livesey following along. A few car lengths back in 3rd. There's your battle for the top spot. Johnson. Wolf continues to try to stick a nose underneath and move him up off the bottom. But it's Johnson down the front chute.
Trouble down in turn number 2 as we go yellow, yellow, yellow.
The 13J bringing out the caution flag. That is Brandon Jacoby. And gives me a chance to say, we haven't talked about it all night, but 50-50 raffle going on tonight. So if you want to get in on 50-50 raffle, time's running out. Get your tickets. You can buy them down in the shed right behind the grandstand. We're going to draw for that coming up here shortly, but you can still get in on the 50-50 raffle if you'd like to.
Well, we saw that 2X of Matt Avila and the 57K of Ryan King get together. They're coming out of turn at number 2. Oh my goodness. And it does possibly look like that 2X does have a flat left front. Hidden behind the 29 of Livesey right now.
We'll find out, I'm sure, as we're ready to go back to it. It is Johnson back to the gas pedal. Tony Johnson down the front straightaway.
Oh, here comes the charge from the 2X of Matt Avila. Working along the high side of 1 and 2. We've got 8 down, 8 laps to go. It is the 9B of the young gun, Braden Gustin, entering the conversation as well. Avila now going to run down to the bottom side. It's the 8T of Tony Johnson. Leading the way, Colton Livesey. Going to work to the bottom side. The 7W of Will Wolf to the top. It's Livesey to the 2 spot. Wolf got something to say.
Livesey, just like he did in the heat race earlier.
Oh,
bottom,
goodness.
hang on, Mr. Wolf, as he brings it back on the dirt. Looked like a goner there for a second. Johnson out in front. Livesey now going to go up and run the cushion on the high side, as he'll go up to the top shelf where Daddy keeps the good stuff. Into turns 3 and 4, he'll tap the brakes and try to bring it back.
Oh, Livesey getting up into the loose stuff, losing the back end just a little bit more than he'd like. As Braden Farney, Josiah Taylor, and the 8K of Austin Kemp all going to battle here with 5 laps left to go. It is the 8T of Tony Johnson leading the way here. The 29 of Colton Livesey in the 2 spot. The 7W Will Wolf runs 3rd at the moment. The young gun Braden Gustin runs 4. Your battle now for the 2 spot. Will Wolf, Colton Livesey.
Livesey's got it. Wolf trying to come get it as he'll come from the bottom side off of turn number 4. Livesey's got him covered into the front straightaway. He's at mid-track. Wolf on a jump now on the low side. Wolf pushes him up the hill. Will Wolf to second.
Well, thought we were going to go yellow as we go to 2 to go this time. 1 around and in the grass into turn number 2. It is the T8, Tony Johnson, the first one of the 2 to go flag. Will Wolf going to send it down along the bottom side. Watch for a killer slider coming down through turns 3 and 4. Johnson going to block to the low side. Will Wolf going to send it in a little later. Working down through 3 and 4. Down the front straightaway we go. Give it 2. Whoa, contact.
Final lap around. Oh, Johnson loses the back end. Wolf out in front. Half a lap to go. The Wolfman looking to prowl into victory lane off turn number 4. Let him howl. It is the Wolfman to the win. Will Wolf.
Oh, and unfortunately, I do believe the contact between Will Wolf and the T8 of Tony Johnson resulting in a flat tire on that 8T machine. So Will Wolf going to pick up the win here for your IMCA Sport Mods, presented by Rugged Radios.
Colton Livesey, the 29, into the 2 spot. Braden Gustin, the 9B, and Matt Avila, the 2X, your top 4.
Well, it's time for half the cylinders, twice the fun, as we get ready for IMCA Sport Compacts, presented by Hy-Vee.
And he'll get another shot from the pole just like he had last week. Jeremy Williams looking for a little better corner number 2 this week. Cheyenne Starr to the outside.
Row number 2, last week's feature winner, Kinzer Jeanette, to the inside and to the outside. It's the 75K of Kaden Gosling.
Paige Sanders, the 3S, is row number 3, along with Michael Gardner, the 46.
Curtis Masterson going to see the inside of row number 4 in the 16 machine to the outside. It's the 2K. That's Caitlin Watts.
Row number 5, down low, David Kimmel, the 33K, and the 83B, Mitchell Bunch up top.
It is the 10P, Chris Pittman to the inside of row number 6, David Roeder, and the 28R to the outside.
Corey Lana, the 84J, is row 7, along with Dennis Hoover, the 77.
Ryan Cheney to the inside of row number 8. To the outside, it's the 7P of Charles Prime. Folks, it is time this time around Get off your seat, onto your feet. Give them a hoop, give them a holler, give them a wave. Let them know that you see them because they can see you. It is parade lap time for your IMCA Sport Compacts.
Row number 8, Chase Masterson, the 16X and the 16S of Drew Stanek.
Dakota Roop, the 17, Wyatt Freeman, the 34X.
Row number 11, Campbell Tressler, the 87T and the 81 of Christopher Mannion.
Mark Smith, the M80, the 34 of Nicholas Herrick. Row number 12.
Finally, row number 13, Connor Adkins, the 13A, and the 38 is Whitaker Kraus. 26 deep we go.
Oh my goodness. We are going to go into turn number 3. The lights go dark. We're going to go green out of turn number 4.
Jeremy Williams of 54J wastes no time. He'll pull him down into 1 and 2 the first time. This time he's up to the top. A better turn, even though it's from the top side. Jeanette, last week's feature winner, right into the middle. Cheyenne Star there on the high side. Bring him out of 4. It's the 54J of Jeremy Williams.
Oh, don't forget about the 46 of Michael Gardner working his way up through the field. He's running the high side just like where we normally see him. Caitlin Watts, David Kimmel, Curtis Masterson. Those 4 getting a little close together there in turns 3 and 4. Now 3 wide through turns 3 and 4. Gardner in the middle of the track. It's going to be Gardner up to the 3 spot at the line. Your leader, the 54J, that's Jeremy Williams.
Gardner trying to avoid being the meat in the sandwich there for a moment as Sanders is there. Gardner. Then it's Watts into the picture. Jeanette hanging on to the 2 spot. Bring him off turn number 4. It's still Williams out in front.
Oh my goodness, Gardner and Jeanette getting close together down through turns 3 and 4. A little bump to the side skirt of the 10 of Jeanette from Gardner. We watch him into turns 3 and 4. Here comes the 2K of Watts, the 3S of Paige Sanders. It's a battle for the lead. The 10 of Jeanette, the 54J of Williams. Watch him through 1 and 2. Here comes Gardner.
Jeanette trying to slide up in front. Can't get it done. We've got caution.
The 77 going over the top side of turn number 3. That's Dennis Hoover.
Good look at him there down the front straightaway. The bright green with red numbers.
Well, if you're Jeremy Williams, you might like this, you might not. It puts Kinzer Jeanette right back behind you, but you got Michael Gardner back there too.
Well, that is behind though. Jeanette was about to be alongside, so that was about to get pretty interesting down the back straightaway. And now Williams will at least be a car length in front to start.
And what a good start for Williams there at the beginning of the race as we are 4 laps down, 11 left to go. Here in your IMCA Sport Compacts presented by Hy-Vee.
A much better start than last week when Williams was all kinds of mixed up out of turn number 2 last time.
Oh, he got that good start last Friday, but
last Friday in the heat race he got a great start, and then in the feature she got all crossed up on him.
Oh, looks like a little extracurriculars going on down in the tech area. The DQ tech area. Little extra conversation.
And you gotta say, I hand him, because Williams was laughing about it afterwards. I saw him in the pits afterwards, and he was chuckling about it and how he thought he was a goner there for a minute. I said, well, you're not the only one, because I thought you were too. Caution lights are out. He's on the point. Gardner to the inside. Jeanette to the high side. We're about to get busy off turn 4. No, we're not. Caution's back on.
Yellow.
So hold everything.
Back out. As we've lost some body work there down the back straightaway. Not quite sure who it's off of.
And yet the Sport Compacts brought to you by Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle.
Well, taking a look here, I believe that might be off the front bumper of the 83B of Mitchell Bunch. Trevor, if we could zoom in on the 83B there. Does look like that is off the front bumper of Mitchell Bunch.
Looks like something missing for sure. Nice shot, Trevor. Here we go. Williams back to the gas pedal. Gardner's going to go to the bottom right away. Oh, we got a race down the front chute.
It's Gardner jumping out in front. The 46 looking to park it in victory lane. It's the Stars and Bars working out in front. The front bumperless 83 of Mitchell Bunch working down along the bottom side as well. It's the 54J of Jeremy Williams going to put a fight to the 46 of Gardner. Those two going to go side by side at the line. .009 the difference. And now Ricky Bobby down to the bottom.
So a slow start for the 54J. Gardner trying to capitalize, but now Williams has her going again. And he's got Ricky Bobby, Mitchell Bunch there, the 83B, and Jeanette. Jeanette is just one out looking to join the fun.
We are 9 laps left to go here in this one. Still plenty of fun to be had for your IMCA Sport Compacts. Jeremy Williams out in front of that pack. Gardner now going to look to the middle. Kinzer Jeanette watching in the catbird seat. It's Ricky Bobby down low. Michael Gardner in the middle. Jeremy Williams up on the top side.
Williams able to rally back from the top. Gardner unafraid, sticks the nose right back in there in 3 and 4. We'll bring him off down the front chute. It's Bunch on the bottom, Williams on the top, Gardner stuck in the middle.
Williams, Gardner, Bunch as they come across the line. It is down the back straight away. Bunch with the advantage. Now give it to the 54J of Williams. Gardner now going to look to stick it in the middle there. Down through 3 and 4. Watch the 10 of Kinzer Jeanette. As we go 3 wide, once again, it is still Jeremy Williams the advantage down the front straight.
Jeanette just looking for an opportunity, but so far, Williams has had the answer off the high side every time. Bunch is hugging the bottom. Gardner stuck in the middle. Everybody running their spot.
Oh, goodness.
Running is tight. Williams still up front.
It is Jeremy Williams still leading the way on my race pass. Little contact between himself and Gardner. That's going to give Bunch the advantage. Now we're still going to go 3 wide. The 54J up to the high side. Bunch had the advantage down the back straightaway. Contact between Gardner and the 54J of Williams at the line. It's Mitchell Bunch.
And Gardner definitely trying to force Williams up the hill just a little bit. But in the meantime, Bunch takes advantage. That gives him the bottom by himself. Now Gardner's going to go a little lower and give a little assist to your leader's back bumper. It's Bunch, Williams, Gardner, Jeanette.
Oh, Williams looks like he's got the run out of the corner as Gardner. Oh, trouble for Jeanette. Trouble for Jeanette. Red, 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 red.
Jeanette going for a big tumble down in 1 and 2. Track crew there immediately. You can see the helmet moving around. That was a big time ride. He went over barrel roll and then end over. Trying to get the window net down. Here he comes. He's up. He's out of the car. How about it for Jeanette? What a wild ride down in 2. And Cade, you thought you saw something?
Yeah, it looked like the wheel of that 10 machine popping off on what looks like, just by the slant of the car, the passenger rear tire of that 10 machine, as Kinzer Jeanette clutching the right side of his ribs.
Yeah, they probably took a heck of a bang on that driver's seat. That was a wild ride.
My goodness.
Hey fans, how about it? The helmet's off. Last week's feature winner, a tougher finish tonight. Give it up for Jeanette. That's Kinzer Jeanette, the tin car.
But yeah, it looked like going into turn number 4 there, or turn number 1, excuse me, got on it, and the passenger rear tire just coming undone and losing it.
I definitely saw the back end step out on him, and as that came out, it just caught and he went over, and then it got worse from there.
Barrel roll after barrel roll after barrel roll is how that one went. And in an incident like that, everything goes in slow motion if you are the driver.
If you're inside that car, it does, yes.
For all of us out here in the grandstands, that was a very rough, quick tumble. But I can tell you, for Kinzer Jeanette inside that cockpit, it was very slow.
I'm betting he can count every turn the car made. If you've ever been in an accident, you know what we're talking about, how it seems everything slows down into slow motion on the inside. But a wild ride there. Glad to see him get out and walking away. As they get him hooked up, as Olivia and Levi go to work once again. They have been busy tonight, earning their keep out there. That good-looking rig.
Bright green Levi Hoagland Auto Plaza wrecker out there. And folks, I know we've given it up for the drivers here a couple times tonight, but let's give it up for Levi and Olivia working hard out there on track, as they are what keeps this racetrack going, getting things off the track so we can continue racing on the surface.
Well, we mentioned earlier we're moving right along, so now might be your chance. If you're looking for a bathroom opportunity or a trip to the Speedway Diner, now would be that chance. You're going to have just a couple minutes while they get this one off there. You can head back, grab something to eat, and we'll be back to racing here momentarily, as it is a fast night in more ways than one here at the High Banks of Marshalltown.
Well, we're going to get these flying 4 cylinders rolling along the speedway again. The 83B Mitchell Bunch going to be on the point here. And Jeremy Williams, Michael Gardner are going to be side by side. Watch that battle out in front. Those 3 going hard at it for the last few laps.
And Jeanette was sitting right behind them watching that. He had the car to get in there, just didn't have the real estate, couldn't find the opportunity. But Williams continuing to work the tippy top out of the corners and rallying.
And it's working for him in that 54J machine. Michael Gardner, it seems very much like his old car, if he could just put it wherever he needed it and it would work. It seems to work with that 46 here tonight.
Well, and still a relatively new car there, as the second week he totaled the car he had, and last week was his first week out with this one, so this only week number 2, but it does seem like it's coming to life a little bit for him, as he couldn't quite get her to turn left last week like he wanted. It's looking way better tonight, as he's kept her stuck right in the middle of the sandwich, corner after corner. He has tried to fight from the middle.
Well, that Gardner Automotive Repair and Towing 46 machine running in the 2 spot, or 3 spot as it is. Jeremy Williams opting for the high side of the track. Go figure with what we've seen him doing here tonight, here on the restart. So Gardner going to be stuck down low as the lights go dark. We head down the back straightaway.
Gardner, a great restart last time, had the lead actually heading into 1, and Williams actually found it a little speed and got it back. And while they fought up top then, the 83 a bunch came through on the bottom. Here we go. He's going to come clear down to the bottom to block that gas pedal, looking for green.
Gardner hot on the pedal. Kimmel hot on the pedal as well, as Bunch going to run away here with 3 laps to go. We come to 2 to go this time. It is the 89 of Ricky Bobby Mitchell Bunch looking to put that thing in victory lane. Your battle going to be now for the 2 spot. It's Williams and Gardner. Those two going to go battle down the front straightaway. 2 to go this time.
And watch the 2K now trying to get up in there. As Gardner from the bottom, Williams continues from the top. Out in front. Bunch all alone. Looks like he might be able to coast this one. Off turn number 4, white flag out, 1 to go.
It is 1 lap left. Everybody else too far back, I do believe. It is Ricky Bobby's race down the back straightaway, looking into 3 and 4. Mysteries do happen, but not this time. It's the 83B, Ricky Bobby Mitchell Bunch taking the win.
And you know, it's kind of nice. He was able to drive it across the line. He didn't have to get out and run for the finish line.
They didn't have Jean-Pierre with him as well.
Talladega Nights reference there.
Jeremy Williams going to end up in the 2 spot here for your IMCA Sport Compacts presented by Hy-Vee. And the 46 of Michael Gardner going to have to settle in for 3rd. So I believe it is your IMCA stock cars getting ready to roll over the hill here.
Stock cars brought to you by Knights Sanitation. It looks like Austin Kaplan, the A1A, is going to be on the pole, and Todd Reitzler, the 22R, to his outside.
Hold on. I hear a train a-coming. On the crazy train we go as we enter row number 2. It's the 69, the Bobcat. Whiskers down, tail up. Jonathan Lowe got a Logan Sport to the inside. To the outside, it's the 8 of Bronson Spa.
Hunter Smith, the 1S, is row number 3, along with Jimmy Guston, the 19.
Row number 4, we're going to see Thor the Hammer Anderson on the inside in the 41 machine, and Michael Jeanette out of Kellogg to the outside.
Row number 5, Johnny Spa, the 00, and the 27 of Mike Van Utterich.
It is Dustin Falloon to the inside of row number 6. To the outside, it's the other part of Custom Concrete. It's the 47 of Sam West.
Austin Staley, the 02, is row 7, along with Derek Reimer, the 17R.
Steve Meyer, the 94 on the inside. Owen Barnhill to the out. And the 14X of Austin Schrage rounding out your field. Fans, it's time to get back up on your feet, off your seat. Give them a hoop, give them a holler, give them a wave. It's parade lap time for your IMCA stock cars.
And Owen Barnhill, of course, getting upside down earlier here in the stock cars, not making the call for the A main, along with Schrage, the 14X, missing from the back end. So we've got 15. Well, how about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 going to the main?
Well, the commissioner was able to make Stewart earlier this week, unable to make tonight, as he was set to be in Eagle Speedway in Nebraska. But it's time for stock cars to do stock car things at a turn number 4.
And a little love tap down the front straightaway between Kaplan and Reitzler. Reitzler, the 22R, down the back straightaway. He'll take it out in front here, lap number 1. Reitzler with Kaplan going up on top. Coming from the bottom, that's the 1S of Smith.
Kaplan, Reitzler, Smith, 1, 2, and 3. Reitzler to the advantage down the straightaway. Kaplan to the 2 spot. Smith works 3. Here comes the jammer, Jimmy Guston, the 93, Michael Jeanette. Those two nose to tail coming out of turns 3 and 4. They're going to go train in line with the 8 of Spa. As your battle up front, 3 wide, it's Kaplan, Reitzler, and Smith.
Austin Kaplan powers around the high side into the front straightaway, give him the top spot. Reitzler followed by Smith there, your battle for second. Here comes Guston, the 19J, the Hammer. Thor Anderson on the bottom.
Thor Anderson going to work the bottom side through turns 3 and 4. The jammer up high along with Jeanette. Watch those two as we come down the front straightaway. Ooh, contact between Spa and Gustin as Reitzler falls back in the field. Spa in the battle for the 3 spot. We've got a 5-way battle. 5-way battle for the 3 spot. 4 wide coming down the front straightaway. That's not going to work.
Oh, all kinds of loving, touching, squeezing into the front stretch.
Somehow, Reitzler has stayed straight through turns 1 and 2 as the Jammer going to pull off and exit stage right early.
Well, I'm going to guess a flat tire there after that heavy contact down the front chute. Meantime, all this is going on, and Kaplan getting away as you're looking at the battle for third there. Anderson on the bottom, and it is up top off of turn number 4. Anderson trying to make his way through.
It is the 8 of Spa working his way along the high side. That's Bronson Spa. And the 8 machine working up high. Thor Anderson down low. Michael Jeanette following suit, running about 1 lane up from the bottom. It is your battle for the 3 spot. It's Anderson, Spa, and Jeanette, all tight and heavy.
Smith out and now in the number 2 spot. He's got some breathing room. You're racing for third. It's the Hammer. Thor Anderson working down the bottom. Jeanette now tucks in behind him, trying to come along. But Spa, the 8-car, rallies up top. They will fight on as Jeanette goes a little too high up in 2, gives up some ground.
Anderson and Spa going back-to-back, battle to battle. And now Spa a little bobble through turns 3 and 4. Going to be Jeanette now in the battle for the 4 spot. Whoa, we're halfway there. Bon Jovi would say as we head down the back straightaway, your leader, the A1A, Amy's favorite driver, Austin Kaplan.
And Austin clear out of your picture. That's the lead he has. Smith there in second. There's third place. That's Anderson. Spa running 4. We'll pan back up front. There's your leader. You can see over half a lap, a half a straightaway make that your advantage as he wheels and deals out of turn number 4. It's Austin Kaplan.
The A1A.3 working out well in front. It's the 1S of Smith running into the 2 spot there. Thor Anderson runs third. Bronson Spa 4. Michael Jeanette 5. Johnny Spa 6. Those are your top 6 as it stands right now. Jeanette gonna pull the slider. Nothing available that time. It's Spa and Jeanette. Spa, Jeanette, Spa.
Into turn 2 and down the back straightaway. We stay on that battle. That is for the number 4 spot. As Jeanette now again trying to move the bumper in front. Can't get her there. Spa fights back. So we stay with Kaplan. Now almost an entire straightaway advantage for the A1A.
We stay watching the 41 of Thor Anderson, the 8 of Bronson Spa, the 93 of Michael Jeanette. Jeanette not able to get anything done that time. Bronson Spa working that 4 spot as it is right now. Johnny Spa going to have something to say here shortly for the 93 of Michael Jeanette. Your leader, the A1A, that's Austin Kaplan.
We are 3 laps, make it 4 laps still to go as your leader's already by. Kaplan into the back straightaway. Smith, now Anderson trying to close that gap on second, gives it up off turn number 2, however. So that's 1, 2, and 3. The battle for 4, 3 across the track in the battle for 4th.
It's a Jeanette sandwich as the Spas on either side. Jeanette going to come out on top, going to leave the Spas side by side. It's Johnny and Bronson Spa, those two in a hot and heavy battle with the 93 of Michael Jeanette. Johnny Spa slides up high. It's the 93 of Jeanette. Bronson Spa down low. Johnny Spa in the middle. Michael Jeanette up high. Those 3 going to be 3 wide down the front straightaway. 2 laps to go.
That is your battle for the number 4 spot. Your front 3 have said so long, see you later. Johnny Spa now puts the 00 inches ahead down the back straightaway. White flag is out. The big white bed sheet, 1 to go.
It is the A1A.3 down the back straightaway. The star right A1A working his way through 3 and 4 down the front straightaway, bringing it to the checkers. It's Amy's favorite driver, Austin Kaplan. And over 5 seconds later, The 1S, Hunter Smith, going to come home in the 2 spot. Thor the Hammer Anderson finishes 3rd. Here for your IMCA stock cars. Your IMCA stock car is presented by Night Sanitation. Wrapping up.
Well, I got to tell you, and we always talk about stock cars doing stock car things. That was very unstock car-like as Kaplan just ran away with it. Usually that is a tight battle up in front, but I'm sure Austin's just fine with that finish as he'll take the victory here tonight.
It's time for the IMCA Hobby Stocks. Presented by Cappy's Big 8 Tire Center. We're going to line them up with the 59 Junior. That's Who's Your Daddy, Chad Rickett Jr. on the pole. Into the outside, it's the 99B of Bentley Long.
Braylon Long, the 00B, is in row 2, along with Lucas Smith, the 14L.
Cale Cook, Bradley Graham, the 22K and 22G make up row number 3.
Row 4, the Shadow, Eric Knudsen, the 12K, and the Thunder, Brett Mazdam, the 55.
The Lightning back behind in row number 5. That's Corey Vanderwilt. On the inside of row number 5, to the outside, it's the 88H. That's Cale Hemsley.
Braden Gifford, the 22B, the 1K, Tom Killen Jr.
The 12T, Tanner Jones, the 19X. That's Nathan Duragan.
Tell you what, let's bring him out of turn number 4, race fans. It is parade lap time for your IMCA Big 8 Tire Hobby Stocks. How about we make
up? It's green flag time out of turn number 4.
Who's Your Daddy? Down on the bottom as he makes the first left-hand turn, turbo in 2. We've got one parked around and everybody else partying like the Red Sea. Oh, a couple of getting caught up in the back there, bouncing around. Yellow, yellow, yellow.
Oh, that is Braylon Long that has gone around on the backside of turn 2.
The 01 JK also getting caught up back there. Jake Mormon.
Well, I'm not sure what happened, but a couple of cars bouncing around over after the 00B of Braylon Long went around. And I see a trail of something coming out of turn number 2.
Well, I think we had some contact as cars trying to go to the high side of Long and made some contact. I believe that's where I looked over and we had some bouncing happening on the front ends. We'll see. It looks like the 01 JK might be unable to continue as Olivia and Levi pulling out in front and gonna offer the hook.
Well, with that, we will re-rack and restack. We have 0 laps in the book, 16 laps the distance here for this feature. And I gotta pause and give a moment. Bentley Long. We've seen him come up through kartings, junior front wheel drive, all the younger classes. He has really taken to this hobby stock. He has been up front. He ran up front in Boone last Saturday night, able to keep that thing up in front and then running with some of the big dogs over at Boone last Saturday. So Bentley and Braylon both taken well to the IMCA hobby stocks, and unfortunately had some hardship earlier this season with the shop fire that they had happen and lost everything, lost all 3 cars. Brandon Long does typically run with them as well, but 2 of the Long stock car or hobby stock cars able to get back out on track as they found a couple chassis and got them painted and wrapped for you. So.
Well, a lot of help from their racing friends, too, as I'm sure they would love to send out a thank you to everybody that reached out after that terrible fire they had in the shop, lost everything there, and the racing community, as it often does, came together and did what they could to get them back on the track.
As much as you may have your differences at the track, at the end of the day, everybody that races is one giant family. And it is so great to see everybody come together. Just when something goes wrong with another crew or anything, just everybody come together and help each other out when it comes to that.
Just got to watch for that one crazy uncle in the family. You know, there's always
one. Isn't that Kyle? Isn't that why we call him Cousin Kyle?
Well, that would be the cousin, not the uncle. But, you know, same thing.
We won't talk about the hobby stock family tree. That'll just get confusing.
All right, I know you're out there. I know you're waiting to make some noise. So how about it? Your pole sitter, the 59 JR, who's your daddy? Where's the fan club? There they are, front and center. That looks like the 01 JK rolling once again.
Well, Jake Mormon able to get fire to that vehicle, so in a more internal manner, thankfully. So it's the Bluey Mobile, the 59 Junior of Who's Your Daddy, Chad Rickett Jr. on the point here. The 99B Bentley Long finally got that car wrapped last week, or earlier this week.
You got some feature winners coming after that. Cale Cook, Eric Knutson have both picked up features lately.
Watch out for Knutson. Watch out for the 55X of Corey Vanderwilt.
Another feature winner. Here we go. Back to green.
Down the front, straight away we go. Bentley Long going to go up to the high side and rip it along the lip as we go down the back straightaway.
Long showing the way down into 3 and 4. The 14L Lucas Smith up there as well. Chad Rickett down to the bottom side. It's going to be Long followed by Smith, then Rickett Jr. as they hit the line.
Watch out, here comes the shadow starting to work his way through the field. It's the 99B of Bentley Long looking to take this one at the moment. The 59 Junior of Chad Rickett Jr. down on the bottom side of the track. It's Long out to the lead. The 14L of Lucas Smith to the 2 spot. Chad Rickett runs third, loops it around in turn number 2. Oh my goodness.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a car. Parked in the middle of 2. Here comes Long off turn number 4. We're green, we're green, we're green as they head into turn number 1. Smith now from the bottom side pulls out the slider. Meantime, Knutson says, I'll take both of you.
It is the Shadow Trouble. Turn number 1.
Parking lot on the top side of 1, bent sheet metal all around.
Dooley, Cody, Long, and then we had one go over the top side of turn number 2. Well, calamity going on over there in turn number 1.
Something went amiss and several got collected then in quick order.
Well, this is going to play in favor of the 99B of Bentley Long. He is still scored as the leader here for your IMCA hobby stocks. So Bentley Long going to be out on his own for the restart. Then the 14L of Lucas Smith going to get the option of high or low. Do you pick where you want to go, or do you pick where you think Knutson doesn't want to go?
I think at this point you pick what is your strongest suit and leave the rest to him, because that 12K has shown he can run either side. So I don't think that really is going to matter that much. And Knutson already fighting his way up into third, and now by starting in the second row, At most, he's going to have one car in front of him, and if Long isn't careful, he'll have Knudsen right alongside.
Oh, we've seen Long running along the high side of the track, and that is where he has liked to stay. So it is Long, Smith, Knudsen, Graham, Cook, Gifford.
And still waiting, that is, for Smith. I don't know if he's declaring high side, it looks maybe.
I'm not sure he has been told to make the decision just quite yet, as we still have one over the top side of turn number 2 there. We see the driver up and out of the car as he disappears back down behind the hill.
Well, race fans, back at this again next Friday night here on the high banks of Marshalltown Speedway, America's bucket list track. Glad to have you along, whether it's in person or tuning in on Flow or now on Amazon Prime. Welcome to Marshalltown.
Well, next Friday looking good as it is right now. Some rain earlier on in the week, Monday and Tuesday. Looking 75 and sunny next Friday here at Motown. So compared to tonight, you might have to bring a light jacket. As it is 75 right now. So 75 set to be the high on next Friday. No chance of rain, knock on the wood, we have around us.
Here tonight, we've got your hobbies with 13 left to go, and then your nightcap is your IMCA Modified, brought to you by Carl Customs, new sponsor of that class this year.
And folks, I'd like to draw your attention. It is only 9:13.
You said that out loud.
I'm knocking on wood. I am knocking on wood.
You know better than that.
I know. I'm sorry. So looks like the 17X, the one that went over the high side of turn number 2, that's going to be Ben Newhouse.
Newhouse, who has, as I recall, not made too many appearances so far this year, Hit. I mean, you used to seeing him here, but was happy to see him tonight, but not to end the night in that manner.
Oh, Lucas Smith going to take the top side here for the restart, leaving Knudsen down low. If you're Long at this point out in front, you don't care about Smith up top. You do, but you don't. Your main focus is going to be that 12K of Knudsen down low. As we come out of turn number 4, it's going to be Bentley Long back to the green.
Well, Long will go right through the middle and then take it to the top, and that does leave the bottom for Knudsen. He says, thank you very much. I'll just move right on in here to the top spot. You've got a new leader, the 12K, the Shadow Nose, Knudsen, as we've got carnage in turn number 2.
And I believe we will go yellow once again. Which I do believe we reset a lap that should put Bentley Long back on the point, unless we have scored that lap. We will have to see what the ruling is on that one.
Well, you can see the 8R there parked over at the bottom of turn 2, kind of hidden by the light pole on the shot from up here.
Actually, that's going to be the 88R. That's Kyle Richardson.
Well, I can only see 1/8, so
yeah,
you know.
only 1/8 visible.
I was saying it was hidden. Next week, May 22nd, we've talked about the Corn Belt Clash for Stealth Racing, your IMCA mod lights. will undoubtedly bring in some extra drivers from across the Midwest to compete that night. We do each and every year. We put that on. So looking forward to that. If you're a fan of those mod lights, next week will be one of the premier nights for them this season.
And it's the IMCA Stars with the mod lights. Stars with the cars for the Corn Belt Clash.
And we round out.
Allgaier Performance is your one-stop shop for all your parts, tires, shocks, and fabrication needs. From drag strips to your local dirt track and asphalt tracks, Allgaier Performance can get what you need on track and into victory lane. Allgaier Performance is now the Midwest dealer for Longhorn chassis, complete with cars and genuine Longhorn parts and components. Stop by our locations in Springfield, Illinois, or Brownsburg, Indiana, or visit online at allgaierperformance.com.
Sprints here at the track in the 18th Flow Night in America returns to the high banks of Marshalltown.
Well, after the month of May, we go to the month of June. It is the Capital Signs Twin Topless Dirty 30s. $1,000 to win IMCA Sport Mods and $1,200 to win IMCA Modifieds. If you don't know what the Twin Topless Dirty 30s are, boy, oh boy, is it a show.
Still a family night here at the track as your Sport Mods and Modifieds take the tops off those cars, and you can see the roll bars and right inside as all the drivers go to work. That is your Twin Topless Dirty 30. Right now, Knutson going to bring him back to the green flag as he's scored out in front.
It is Knutson off of turn number 4. We go green, back down to turns 1 and 2. It's Knutson, the shadow, working out in front. The 1K of Tom Killen Jr. working up to that 2 spot. Lucas Smith going to have to try and fend off Bentley Long back to 4. Cale Cook, the Linville Lightning, Corey Vanderwilt, the 22G, Brad Graham.
Tom Killen Jr., the 1K, blue car up off the bottom. The 14L of Smith fighting back on the high side along the 99, sitting back there in the 4 spot. Here comes the Linville Lightning, the 55X Vanderwilt working on the bottom.
Well, Corey Vanderwilt picked up 3rd in the 2nd Hobby Stock main at Boone last Saturday night, looking to put another podium finish in the books here tonight as the 12K of Eric Knutson looking to finish up on that top step once again. It's the 55 of Vanderwilt down to the bottom side of the 99 of Long. Down the back straightaway we go, side by side advantage to Long. Looking into turns 3 and 4. It's the 55 of Vanderwilt. Gonna look to slide up a little bit out of turn number 4. Not able to. Long still to the 4 spot.
And Brad Graham there in your picture right behind them as he'll bring Mazdam, the 55, along, but Vanderwilt, the 55X, to the low side of Long into 3 and 4. That is your battle for the number 4 spot. Make it the 5 spot as now you've got the 22G of Graham getting in.
Graham now giving a little bump to the rump of the 99B as the 12K of Eric Knutson coming into lap traffic as we've got more cars around turn 2. We go yellow, yellow, yellow.
Chad Rickett Jr., the bluey car.
The 45C of Dalton Cody over there as well. Well, I will go ahead and take the blame here for this one. That is my bad, folks. As the 14 of Lucas Smith has pulled off the track and gone pit side.
How was your 3rd place car exiting off?
No, that puts Vanderwilt 1 spot closer to the top 3.
Should be Knutson, Killen Jr., Smith is out, so Bentley Long moving up, Corey Vanderwilt, Brad Graham, then your top 5.
Went over and talked with Knudsen and Vanderwilt last Saturday, and Knudsen finished first in the second A main for the hobby stocks. Vanderwilt finished third in that main. I said, you know, the only thing you're missing is the bright pink 55 to round out your top three there. Vanderbilt goes, you're right. You're right. That's the only one that's missing.
I'm sure they didn't rub that in at all.
Well, we got to see Brett Mosdam up in Fort Dodge at the Sports Park Raceway as they switched over to IMCA sanctioning this year.
Here we go out of turn number 4. Knudsen will bring him down the front straightaway. As we try to click off the final 6 here, Knudsen out in front.
It is Vanderwilt hot on the rear bumper of the 99B of Long as we bring him down into turns 3 and 4. Mosdam going to try and follow suit as well in a battle with Graham. It is Vanderwilt, excuse me. One part of Bad Fast Motorsports going to look to take the 3 spot. He will be side by side down the back straightaway, looking into turns 3 and 4. The 99 of Long, the 55 of Vanderwilt, the 55 of Mosdam, the 22G of Graham. Your battle for the 3 spot.
Vanderwilt, the 55X there on your screen, making the move out of 2 and down the back straightaway. Long trying to rally back on the high side, that bright pink and blue car, but it is the Lightning, the Linville Lightning on the low side. Now Long ahead of steam down the front straightaway. Vanderwilt and Long in a battle. That is your shot at third.
We are coming to 3 laps to go. Oh, McNeese getting a little squirrely there through turn number 2. 2 laps to go for the 12K of Eric Knudsen.
Knudsen, plenty of room out in front as it is Tom Killen Jr. running second. Now Vanderwilt slides up into that number 3 spot. That'll bump Bentley Long back to 4th. As we're off turn number 4, white flag is out one more time around.
Eric Knudsen, the shadow, working out in front, leaving the rest of the pack in his shadow as he comes down the back straightaway. Looking at turns 3 and 4, running the high side one final time. Diamonds off the corner, comes to the twin checkers. Give it to the 12K. That's Eric Knudsen, your driver out of Slater.
So Knudsen continuing that hot streak lately as parking that 12K in victory lane once again.
That 12K car has been running well this year.
He may never change that black paint scheme again.
Well, that's going to wrap up your IMCA Hobby Stocks presented by Cappy's Big 8 Tire Center. And that's going to take us to the Ground Pounders, your IMCA Modifieds.
Brought to you by Carl Customs this year, our sponsor for the Modifieds, as we wait for them to pop up over the top of the hill.
Turn number 4. It is time for your IMCA Modifieds A main event. It's the 75 leading the way. That's Greg Elliott. Uncle Ronnie going to be to the 2 spot. Colin the Kid Hibden going to run up quickly. It is the B24 of Owen Barnhill up there as well.
So Elliott takes him down around 1 and 2. Loritzen, the 10Ks on the bottom, gives him a good look into the back straightaway. Now he'll surge right up even with your leader. So it is Elliott. Here is Loritzen. Behind them, Hibden. And now the B24 is there. That's Barnhill.
Barnhill running the high side. Here comes TS5. That's Todd Shute going to squeeze between Chaz Baca and Owen Barnhill. Sending it into turns 3 and 4. Oh, Barnhill goes over the hill.
So Barnhill parks it up off the top side of turn number 3. His bad luck on that end of the track continues. He will keep moving. We're going to stay green. That's good news. Well, now we got one spun in turn number 2. Loritzen out in front. He's across the line. Yellow's on. I believe your leader is going to be scored as Loritzen.
Well, and unfortunate for Owen Barnhill as he just got over to the high side of the track there. So Uncle Ronnie going to be scored as your leader here for your IMCA Modifieds presented by Carl Customs.
And if I heard that correctly, I believe I was told we have 41 in the 50-50 split pot, so a little smaller pot tonight. But hey, I'd still take it. I get you what, half a tank of gas?
Something like that. Your winning ticket number, we've got a little time here. Go ahead and get those tickets out. 931932. 931932. Your winning ticket here tonight.
See the folks in the shed behind the grandstand. They'll get you set up.
The big blue shed back behind the grandstands here. As J-Fan pulling some debris from the track there.
Looks like we'll stay under yellow one more time around. Making sure everybody's where they need to be. Laritzen will be on the point. Elliott, Shoot in row number 2.
Well, Todd Shoot working quickly here in this one. 4 positions gained from 7th to 3rd currently. He is on the high side for the restart. And we saw a little preview, the 10K and the TS5 of Todd Shoot. Those two in a heat together, battling back and forth there for the top spot. I do believe it was Ron Laritzen that came out on top there for the heat as Laritzen started higher in the order.
Indeed it was. Let's see if he can do it here in the feature. Laritzen back to the gas pedal into the front straightaway. Shoot, the TS5 is right behind. We got trouble in 3 right off the get-go. We'll see if we can go. I'm going to say no. They're still sitting. Yellow is back. Yellow, yellow.
What does the Fox say? The Fox says no, no, no. As we look to turn number 4, 2 of them around off the start there. That's the 3 of Kevin Sather and the 97, excuse me, of Connor Verbridge. Oh, Ron Laritzen and Todd Shoot started to run away from the pack there right off the start as the lights go dark once again. It's Uncle Ronnie bringing us to the green. Greg Elliott to the inside. Todd Shoot to the out. We go green off of 4.
The swarm heads down into 1 and 2. Laritzen goes down to touch the grass along the bottom. Shoot will go to the high side. That's where he started, so he'll run her up there in the cushion. Shoot hanging the right rear up there in the dark stuff. Laritzen, Shoot, then it is Elliott. 1, 2, and 3.
Make that the 75 junior of Chaz Baca running in the 3 spot. Your 2-time IMCA National Modified Champion as TS5 and Uncle Ronnie going to go side by side. Ronnie going to close the door down into turns 1 and 2. Chaz Baca in the Catbird.
Laritzen trying to close off the bottom and force Shoot to go to the top side. Off of turn 4, we are caution light again.
One going over the hill over there in turn number 2. And Marshalltown rules, we do not have eyes on the backside of turns 1 and 2. Yes, I see the look you're giving me.
Oh, we're moving right along here.
Yeah.
We were.
I said I'm sorry. So the 24R of Adam Johnson, the one going over the backside of turn number 2. And as I was saying, Marshalltown rules, we do not have eyes on the backside of turns 1 and 2. So any car disappears over that backside of turn 1 and 2, we immediately go yellow for the safety of the drivers and everybody on track.
Unlike the moms out there who have eyes in the back of their heads, we do not have eyes on the backside of turn 2. And again, while we've got just a moment, we can't say it enough. We want to pass along our thank you very much as our salute to Law Enforcement and First Responders Night here, brought to you by Extreme by Mediacom and New Roth Trucking. We are honored to have all those folks with us here, as well as tuning in, whether that's on Flow, whether that's on Prime tonight, as well, that's a new adventure.
And race fans, we know being a mom can be tough, but so are you. If substance use is slowing you down, Your Life Iowa can help you get back on track. They offer resources or treatment options. You've got this. You're tough as a mother. Visit yourlifeiowa.org to learn more.
Caution lights, outfield forms down the back straightaway. Loritzen again sits on the point, shoot up to the top side. Baca inside, row 2. Green is out. Here we go again.
Here come the heavy hitters as we go down into turns 3 and 4. 1 and 2, excuse me. We are going to go yellow once again.
Yeah, I wouldn't look at me either. Never do we say how well or how fast it's going.
Yeah, I know.
Trevor's just got a big smile on.
Well, we're slowly whittling this field down. Started with 20.
Well, the good news is we're quickly back to dark, so we're looking to go green here again. Again, it is up front, Loritzen. Baca, shoot off turn 4. Loritzen into the front straightaway.
Watch Trip Gaylord here on the restart and the 48K of Colin Hebden. Those two getting into the battle as well, and the 26J of Joel Rust. Jake McBurney joining the crew.
Oh, here comes the high side Bazinga. You got a new leader, the TS5. Todd Shute takes her to the front. Loritzen now fights back and Shute slides the back up just a little bit out of 2. Follow him into 3 and 4. Shute up top, Loritzen on the bottom. It is Todd Shute to the lead.
Todd Shute looking to go back-to-back 2 weeks in a row. It's the 5 of Todd Shute working out in front. The 10K of Uncle Ronnie trying to find something on the low middle side of the track. It is the TS5. Todd Shute, your leader.
Shute now begins to open up that gap. As we'll take him off 2 down the back straightaway. We pan into the front chute. We've got a problem there. The 101 sitting down to the inside. Gonna roll now. We're gonna stay green, it looks like. Off the corner, the TS5. We got one around in 2 as well. Yellow, yellow, yellow. That is the 75 sitting over there.
That's Greg Elliott, the 75.
I was getting dizzy. I was watching the monitor there as Trevor's panned back to turn number 1.
Yeah, I saw him move the camera, and I'm looking over like, what's going on?
Hey, while we're talking about that, big props to him bringing the HDMI cable for us tonight. So we've got our very own monitor here that we can watch along. That is definitely something new and fun. We can see exactly what he's showing you folks at home.
Well, let's see. Let's go through this front area. Todd Shute, Chaz Baca, Uncle Ronnie, Colin Hibden, Trip Gaylord, Joel Rust, Jake McBurney.
Is that all?
Scott Samatovich.
Out of 2 and down the back straightaway. The TS5, Todd Shute, will surge his way down into 3 and 4. Luritzen up to the top side along with Baca. Hibden, he'll come from the bottom side into the number 4 spot. He's got company, that's Gaylord working on the bottom.
We've got 9 laps to go. It's the TS5. Todd Shute leading the way. Uncle Ronnie out in the 2 spot. Chaz Baca runs 3rd, the 77 of Gaylord 4. Watch your battle there for the 4 spot. It's Hibden, Gaylord, McBurney, Rust. Watch for a big send from the 26 of Joel Rust. He's done it before.
You can see McBurney, the 82 out of Boone, working the bottom side of Hibden. Out of turn number 4. You pick up Gaylord out in front of them. Hibden down to the bottom. Gaylord now out in front of him. That's Baca. Baca there, the 75 up to the high side. The 75 JR. Out in front of him, you see Uncle Ronnie working off the corner. They're all chasing the TS5 of Todd Shute. You've got Luritzen in the picture.
Well, everybody running the same line as Todd Shute through turns 3 and 4 last time around. We'll see if that changes this time. High side hustle it is. It's TS5 out in front. Uncle Ronnie in the 2 spot. Chaz Baca runs 3rd. We are yellow, yellow, yellow. 1 around in 2.
Fans, send those cards and letters to ktomlinson@aol.com.
It's just a little longer racing action.
Watching that western sky light up again and again, so hopefully we get this one in.
Yeah, wind's blowing north. We're fine. I think my radar is lying to me because that's all going south. Wind would say otherwise. It is very much a northbound wind.
5 laps left on the Sunoco scoreboard.
5 laps left for the TS5 of Todd Shute. Looking to put it away, Uncle Ronnie. Will he have something to say?
Baca there from the outside to start this one. He'll cut across the nose of Luritzen, trying to slide up in front of your leader Shute. We are 3 across now, make it 2. Baca sends it deep into 3 and 4.
Oh my goodness.
He'll chase Shute clear up the hill.
It's Baca and Shute. Last week's feature winner and big dog at the track, trouble turn 2. We go yellow.
How about that move out of Baca as he chased Shute clear up the hill in 4. Reining him about as far up as he could. Luritzen, Tripp, Hibden, McBurney, Rust, all coming after that. Samatovich. Four to go. This one still very much up in the air with all these restarts.
I kind of feel like we're in a Johnny Cash song.
Well, the yellow light's off, so don't play anything just right now, because here we go. See how well he listens. Out of turn number 4, Todd Shute charges down off the hill, back down the front straightaway. Loritzen on the bottom. Baca again, right down across the nose of Loritzen as he'll slide it up. Shute out of 2.
Down the back straightaway we go. Into turns 3 and 4. It is Joel Rust back there with the 77 of Gaylord, the 48 of Himden. It's Chaz Baca trying to get a run on the leader. Uncle Ronnie getting a little loose going into turns 1 and 2. Now Ronnie going to get back on the power. Grip it up. It's the 5 of Todd Shute leading the way. We are 2 laps to go.
And how about the 26J of Rust? He is up to that number 4 spot as he's fighting on the outside of Tripp. Meantime, Shute out of the backstretch into turn number 3. Todd Shute following the black line up around the top. He's into 4, now the front straightaway. White flag is out, 1 to go.
TS5, 1 lap left to go to seal the deal. Down the back straightaway we go one final time. Into turns 3 and 4. Ladies and gentlemen, give him a hoop, give him a holler. Your IMCA Modified Feature winner, Todd Shute.
It is back-to-back Friday nights for the TS5. As he'll make his way to the scales and then over to the tech area. And even with all of that, we are 9:45 and done for the evening. How about that for a fast program, ladies and gentlemen? We told you we were going to push them through, and through we did. That's going to wrap it up here tonight from the high banks of the Marshalltown Speedway. For Jerry and the whole crew that worked so hard, Trevor on the camera, my name's Rodney Tomlinson.
Along with Cade Tomlinson, as you head home, we ask that you please travel home safely. Watch out for yourself and the other guy.
So until next time, GOOD
NIGHT. Good night.